Josh Holt at 83, Bradley Hamner at 72, Zeb Hansen, 72 points, Chris Camp, 60, Gage Foster at 60, Larry Steinbeck at 58, Coulter Wilker at 48.5, Brian Holt at 48, and finishing up the top 10 is Jordan Martin with 46 points. Trying to read everything we got to get going on here. And, you know, Stir Dirt's extremely proud to present, along with Full Contact Derby TV, running in conjunction with Smith Metal Works and Hardcore Derby Promotions, old Frankie Guy, in supporting the Youth National Championship, along with a ton of other promoters across the United States. They're trying to get these youth involved and into something that they'll just love forever. So there's a high possibility one of the youth drivers from this show might get a certificate of invitation to go out to Dunbar, Pennsylvania and run in the final countdown youth nationals. So that's a pretty big deal. Yep, it's just here. So some youth from here is going to be going to the youth nationals. We might add State Fair later. I'm not sure. He'll have to get with Frankie Guy and everything and all of that. We're trying to think of everything we got to get wrote down here. We got my buddy Josh Bodinas back home watching what's going on. What's up, Josh? They say you might need to turn us up a little bit more of the volume. I'm a little hoarse. All the smoke in the air and everything else has caused me to be a little bit hoarse. JD Gould, what's up, man? Oh, and here's Gumby. Gumby's on his way now. He's going to come up here and show us how it's done. He seems to be way better than what he was at Hurricane. That was a complete nightmare. I drove Gumby he had to come pick me up at the airport because it was a long story, and then I drove him all the way to the emergency room, but he seems to be doing great, getting around really well. I know they're trying to get, I say he's getting along really well, but he's hobbling over there. Looking like Yosemite Sam. I know we have to get all the cars here. They seem to run good. There wasn't any that I would say was crazy underbuilt or crazy overbuilt. We did have a few people that misunderstood some of the rules, so we got that under control in a hurry. And then we are broadcasting. You're too late. Gumby's got to come up and you can enjoy all that. What do you think, bro? Do you think it's going to be a good show?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know, because there's a full-on sentence with all these cars. Some of them, there's like 3 of them, and it says, I can't see it because it.
Oh, the Savage car and the Go
Punk Savage.
The Wyoming?
Go Punk Savage.
Yeah. The Wyoming cars are definitely pretty wicked. They always bring a nasty car. Abigail Holt has an amazing car for a wire class car. I mean, by far, her cage in that car, the build of that car is second to none. Not saying that anybody else doesn't have a quality car out there. They just definitely put the time in on her car. Oh, yeah.
Alive and kicking.
There we go.
That sounds good.
There.
So, do you know what I told her? I did an interview for tonight that they're going to broadcast out. And I said, we can really tell how much your daddy loves you.
We'll just crawl over and come back here.
So, yeah, so we were talking about her car. I told her, I said, you have got your daddy wrapped around your little finger because that is a very quality car.
Right.
So, all right, so what did we miss?
Well, I've talked about the youth. You might want to hit a little bit more on the certificate. I did hit that we were running in conjunction with Smith Metal Works and Hardcore Derby Productions to get this going.
You know, it's been if you've watched Smith Metal Works and we got the family.
Oh, it's not up. I think you're getting kicked out, bro. We'll let Katie come up here. But go ahead with the Smith Metal Works. Everybody's listening. So
Smith Metal Works and Hardcore Derby Promotions have done a really good job the last 2 or 3, 4 years really trying to get the youth class going.
Yeah.
And they've now started to put on a national championship. And so what we're doing is we're joining with them, and we are giving somebody here tonight a certificate to be able to go drive in the national championship.
That is in Dunbar, Pennsylvania.
It is in
It
Dunbar,
called
Pennsylvania.
The
Yep.
Final Countdown.
Wouldn't it be cool for if you were 14 years old?
Oh, we got to make some changes.
Yeah, we lost a heat.
So we're just going to go 3 heats?
We're going 3 heats,
Oh.
which doesn't hurt me too bad. Does it hurt you? So the great thing about that is when you were 14 years old, I don't know, were you driving derbies at 14?
I was not, but Larry was. We did 2 different paths. I built a nasty drag pickup, and Larry built derby cars, but we worked on them together.
So
But
it would
either way,
it would have been cool to be able to say I qualified for a national championship of some sport. Well, it's 14, 15, 16.
not even that. Just that's what it takes. I mean, I'll go a little deep and face the facts. These kids have such a tough road now as it is. So the more that we can get them involved in something that has nothing to do with negativity and stuff like that, something they can put their pride into, that would be awesome. So I'm completely behind it. I'm going to do whatever I can to try to get something from the Midwest, because we don't have enough derbiers per capita to get any youth cars there. So how can I, justify? It's the kids that are going to put in the work that are probably going to.
Nebraska's not a metropolis or anything like that.
It's really close, but it lacks.
Is there more cows than people in Nebraska?
Around where I'm at, definitely, 100%. Now you get over towards Lincoln and Omaha, but then nobody wants to derby over there.
So, well, I actually love Nebraska, so you never know. If it was a little bit warmer during the winters, I think I could almost talk the wife into moving that way.
It's pretty warm now, and the winters aren't bad. This is the worst winter we've had as far as chili staying the longest.
So we hope and wish every youth driver, which is tonight, right before the main event, good luck on getting that chance to go to Dunbar, Pennsylvania.
So this is the first time that I have brought my entire family out. My wife, Cadence, my oldest here, Lexi, that most people don't even know I have, and Brody came. So this is big for them. This is their first Utah show.
Okay, so where are the rest of your kids?
Alexis is the one right here. My wife's the closest, then Alexis, and then obviously I can't deny Brody. He's just a shorter version of me.
That's Little Stein.
Yeah.
That's Little Stein.
Yeah.
And this is the one that just graduated?
Last year. Yep.
Oh, boy. Now what's going on with life?
I live in Phillipsburg, Kansas with my boyfriend, and I work a lot, and then I'm going to go to nursing school next year.
Well, there you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kansas. What was the name of it?
Phillipsburg. It's just a little town.
Okay.
It's nice, though. It's cozy.
We like cozy, I guess.
Yeah.
Where do you want to live?
Here?
In Utah?
Yes.
Utah is a great place.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it? Sitting right here, looking up and seeing the white caps on the mountains, isn't that pretty cool?
It's a whole nother feeling.
This is my favorite. There are some beautiful rodeo arenas and derby arenas in Utah, but this one's hard.
This is, when you clue everything in, this is one of the best. Hands down, best places to run. Unfortunately, you guys robbed me of the feeling of driving through the pylons, but that's okay.
We robbed you?
Yeah, remember? Larry's car had to stay in the arena.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Hey, that was a Johnny rule. That wasn't my rule.
This is true.
Served during World War II at the Naval Station in Washington State.
What is going on in the arena right now? I'm just going to read you what's happening. This is a really cool thing that we do.
I hit on it a little bit, but Gumby will explain.
We have our main charity group that we've been helping out for years is American Heroes Project. And it's pass the boot to raise funds and pass the word out. What it is their mission statement is to provide opportunities for our national veterans as well as underprivileged and disabled children and adults to experience outdoor activities to enhance their lives through education, experience, and direct participation in fishing, boating, shooting, and camping. Tonight, out there you see a 93-year-old military vet that's out in full colors. I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. It says John Cole, Marine Corps rifleman, didn't speak about the Korean War for over 50 years. It's an experience neither his mind nor his body would allow him to forget. John joined the Marine Corps at 17, received special weapons training, and served World War II as a naval station in Brenton, Washington. He worked as a prison guard at the prison known as Naval Brig and later worked under several Navy captains as a captain's aide. During this time, John called his sweetheart Donna to join him, and the two were married at a chapel on the naval base. Towards the end of the World War II service, John joined the Marine Corps Reserves. John was called Camp Pendleton for brief training and arrived in Korea with the 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines in November 1950. Upon arrival in North Korea near the Koshin Reservoir, John was assigned to guide 3 other Marines and a fire team leader. John and his team, armed with automatic and semi-automatic rifles, had survived 17 days in foxholes. They dug themselves into high winds and below zero temperatures. To keep his men from freezing to death, he made a rule that no one in his group was allowed to sleep for more than 2 hours at a time. We are in a moment of silence, so I've stopped. Oh, no, it's Jesse tearing up.
He's a pretty emotional guy, as big as he is.
So, this gentleman turns 96 years old next week. He says John's team was sent to deep beyond enemy lines to gather information. On their trek through a rice paddy, hundreds of footprints on the dirt road left Johnny feeling uneasy. He said he couldn't feel his eyes. He could feel eyes on him. He sent one of his men to alert his platoon sergeant. It was soon apparent the entire division was outnumbered. Shortly after that, he was injured. After being injured, John was treated in a Japanese facility and spent over a year in a hospital in Vallejo, California. He suffered extreme frostbite on both feet, both knees, both hands, and part of his face. The damage from the frostbite, as well as the horrific battle he experienced, still haunts him today. He was not able to talk about this for 50 years because of some of the things that happened to him under the attack. So what's happening now is we are going to have him, we take him out fishing, they take him out hunting, shooting rifles, and doing things that he might enjoy. And so this company picks vets that have been through extreme conditions or people that are underprivileged, and they really take them to do some cool things. So that's what's going on out in the arena at this moment. It is time to play. We've had the greatest song in this country, in the world, played just now. The
There we go. It's
national anthem. What an amazing song! And if you ever have a chance to listen to it, by what was the name of the band? Something
Madison Rising.
Madison Rising.
Are we on, Jake? All right,
Yeah,
we're good.
get on and listen to the national anthem sung by Madison Rising, and
And
it
they're
will probably
veterans.
be your favorite version. It is amazing.
Oh,
It gets your blood pumping.
It's incredibly amazing.
So it's the way we started all of our shows. We used to have people come and sing it, but I don't know how you top that.
We still have a few that sing it, like Hurricane always
Yeah.
has a gorgeous girl or gorgeous young kid come out that has a gorgeous voice sing it. But
Yeah, we are about ready to rumble. They've got a couple cars. They have a raffle car. There's a high school that is building derby cars
Yeah,
in high school. Can you believe? I told everybody, I said, if this would have been, I'd have been going to Harvard if I would have had to build derby cars. I would have got a massive A's through those classes.
right.
So
Yeah, and that is actually, it's called Rec to Neck Racing, Mentor's Program. And it's a husband and wife that have really busted their butts to get into the schools, and they just got approved for a high school derby. So it'll be nothing but, it'll be a big, I don't know how big or big sanctioned it is, but they're out here now raffling off this car, which is they've come so far from the first cars we've seen them do.
and it'll be running at our show in September or end of August at the Wire Class.
Yep.
Yep, in West Jordan. So anybody watching tonight, you can get a hold of Johnny Gullo, buy raffle tickets, and if you win, it'll be announced 2 or 3 weeks before. You can fly out to Utah and drive that car.
Yes, and you're helping a great cause. Buy as many raffle tickets as you can.
And
Because, it's not free to do this, and these guys,
And they're trying to find ways of teaching kids how to weld, how to do electrical, and to keep their interest. And it works because there had to have been a couple hundred school kids out there watching the Derby last year.
Oh, yeah. And
They
then
were involved.
when they went to Wire Mania or Wire Madness, oh, my goodness. And we had one car from Wyoming that had absolutely nothing to do with them. If you remember right, it was unsafe, and all those high school kids just jumped down. They literally busted their butts to get things going. My homeboy Chad Andrews is saying what's up. But like I said, that's an awesome program. And I told him if he'd get a hold of me, I'd send him all the DFX files. They have a nice plasma cutter they could use. And then we did switch up. I told everybody there was 4 heats. We went to 3 heats of 5. First heat's going to have 5. Second heat will have 6. Third heat will have 5. And
That's it.
So, that's just it.
Made the show a little bit shorter, but in the long run, that's probably okay.
Right.
With the raise of your hand, this is your first derby.
I think Cadence is ready for a full-time announcing derbies, but she just hasn't talked that much, which is completely different from at home.
She's usually a information highway.
She's not an information highway, but she has a lot of her dad in her and a lot of her mom, and she's not afraid to talk when she feels she needs to talk.
The first 10 rows are going to get hit with.
So you graduated high school, you're going to nursing school, you're living in a small town in Kansas, and you wish you lived in Utah.
Yeah, absolutely.
If any people are hearing this cross country, they're like, you're wishing you could live where? In the great state of Utah.
Right.
Well, it is a wonderful place. Will's been having the opportunity to drive all over this great state, so he's seeing it all.
See, I brought Cadence out here with me. We did like a fly-by-night thing one weekend. Me and her and Brody and her boyfriend Trey, we hauled up here to Daniel Grange's lot and took home a couple roundbacks, and so it was a flying trip up and back.
People aren't supposed to be going in that lot.
No, you got to be. That in itself is amazing, let alone to get a couple cars out of there to boot.
It's probably the coolest lot. I don't know. It was right there with Monty Dobson's lot.
Oh, yeah. People talk like they have a field of dreams. Grange's is definitely a field of dreams.
Yep.
And then some of the nicest people you could ask for. I mean, just amazingly nice.
Well, you gave up a pretty nice car to be able to enter that lot.
Well, and that's just it. It was there definitely was some give and take there. I feel I gave up one of the nicest 74 Buicks in the country that was left as a survivor. But
It's called tithes and offerings.
yeah, I think that's exactly what it is.
All right, what do you announce? The teams coming in, and you got to do it with,
Charisma. Come on.
Just their names.
Jesse Williams.
As they come in.
Okay. Jesse Williams and Donnie Case are. Happy birthday, Donnie.
And they make up Williams Custom Concrete Team, Susanville, California.
Okay. And then the next team is J.C. Walsh and Del Piper. They are Seek and Destroy team from Oakley, Utah. The next team is Jason Heffley and Logan Walsh. They make up the Outlaws team from Sacramento, California and Oakley, Utah. The next team is Jaden Lazenby and Jared Lazenby.
Father and son.
They make up the Lazenby team.
Did anybody catch that
They're
last
from
name?
Yeah, Lazenby.
Woods Cross, Utah, and Tool, Utah. The next team is Daryl Corderi and Ricky Rummo. They make up Team FAFO from Hesperus, Colorado, and Camas, Utah.
Oh boy, this is going to be a doozy.
Well, it's going to be really interesting to see how Jared decides to run.
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now, those boys are going to get after it.
Yeah.
And it is really good to see some old shockers coming back out a little bit.
Yes, they brought a couple shockers. This heat's got shockers, suicides, metric Ford wagon, 9802 Ford. Jason Heffley's running the tried and true 73 Pontiac two-door. He's ran that a few places this year already, and it still looks great. Then we have an old late 70s Continental.
I tell you, this is going to be a heat.
It's going to be an interesting one for sure. Then we have another late 70s Continental. Football window, oval window, whatever you want to call it. And then we have one of the only Y-framers here. One, not the only one, but one of the only ones. I think she brought it out last year and had just horrible luck.
This is J.C. Walsh and Del Piper, and let me tell you, they are drivers. They are going to try to mess some stuff up out there.
I have to say hi to my Grandpa Kelly really fast. Hey, Grandpa.
Hi, Grandpa. Grandpa Kelly?
Yep.
Okay.
Which is amazing. I didn't even think he watched this stuff, let alone anything else.
Well, when you have a granddaughter that's on a podcast, you're going to watch. So we added viewers just because you were on here. So how's that feel?
Good.
Katie is my ride or die child. Not that the others aren't, but whatever I do, she's doing. She's hyper involved in everything that's going on.
I don't know what they're doing, what they're talking about.
I think they're probably telling them how many people are taken because all this was abrupt when it went from 4 heats to 3 heats. I know they need to get it motivated so we can get everything going.
All right, the cars will start. Oh, yeah. So, all right, they're going to get attention and get these cars moving in. All right. This seems like it's the first Derby I've actually seen this year. I mean, I didn't see it.
Right? The last one, I will tell you, I'm so happy you were not in that car. That was rough. There we go, guys. We're about ready to kick off May Mania 2023. Here we go. Who's going to be the one that starts it off? Oh, definitely swinging a miss on Lazenby. So far, there's not any really big hits going on. And they're trying to get For everybody at home wondering why the cars are spinning so much, for the first time ever, the Golden Spike Arena, they wanted to come in and they steamrolled this arena. So it is hard as heck. And then they brought in a couple inches of just powder dirt and watered it down. So it should make it easier on cleanup.
Good hit by Lazenby in the back of that Lincoln.
Good, yeah, he on that suicide.
The one thing you don't know about Lazenby, if you make contact with him, he sets his eyes on you.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the boy working really good as a team. You know, the other ones, you don't really see them sticking to their team as much.
Boy,
we're going to have somebody up on the wall, possibly. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Whoa! Whoa!
That was awesome. I don't know if they got that on, on video, but that was awesome.
Did you tell what kind of tranny he was running in that car?
Whatever it was, it hurt him. Oh, it's good. And that's what I was wondering about this steamrolled arena. It's going to get more traction than anybody's ever had out here. And just laying it down.
You know, that carburetor's at such an angle now that it's probably dumping, flooding out hard.
So he either needs to get it running or just stay away from it. But I think, as crazy as the shows are out here, it might be a possibility where we need to think about possibly getting him out because he takes a shot on that driver's side. He's already at an angle. But they seem to be leaving him alone pretty good.
Where's his partner? Oh, his partner's all the way down on the other end.
He's got it running. He's trying. Nice hit.
You know, they're sort of protecting their prey.
The nice thing is there's a whole lot of sharing the love. I don't see any teams actually working together. Trying to see what's going on. Looks like one of the FOFO team, looks like they're both out. So FOFO team is out.
All right, Red.
Heffley's having an issue. Now Logan Walsh is out, the one that they got put on the berm. Heffley got her fired back up. It's nice to see Donnie Case back out here running also. He's running
I love Donnie Case. He's a great guy.
He's running the metric Ford wagon.
You know, the good thing, you look at Jared Lazenby's front end, you can tell it's starting to push behind the wheels.
Yeah.
Typical Chrysler already.
Yeah. That was a big hit that Lazenby just laid over there on Del Piper. I think the Y-framers had some steering problems, but can't seem to get himself off the wall.
Oh, he's pushing hard now.
Dale Lazenby really put the curtain on Dell.
Probably not the greatest of hits.
No. But and when Dale turns around, look at Dale's bumper. It just turned them forward mounts and shut him straight up. James Carr's showing signs of pushing.
He's got to know that he's got to start using the trunk for a while until he can get it out in the pits and start fixing that.
Yeah.
The benefit of after this heat, they'll be able to put a total of 4 more repair plates, 4x6 quarter on the front of that car.
Yes. Guess he really was just struggling to get the back of that car. It must have hit just right. Seems like something's holding it back really bad. Like the brakes are on almost. That was a big hit. Between Walsh and Lazenby.
And that Y-framer is getting shorter.
It is not good at all. But it is continuing to go press on. Another good hit. Oh!
It's like, you don't know what the front of your car looks like. Don't do that.
At all. At all. Such a monster hit. and he's just giving it everything it's got.
Jared's already fighting the steering wheel.
Yes. Oh, big door hit. The famous Utah door hit at 40 miles an hour.
Hey, you had one of those a couple months ago, didn't you?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Probably the hardest I've ever been hit was a hurricane when they came in at all sides. And it was just crazy. Oh, Jared is just, they have taken the front of that 70s Ford and just destroyed it. Jared's been having start problems. He's got her fired up. We'll see if he can get her going again. Looks to me like Jesse Williams has got something going on because this car was chained down, and now it's just bouncing up and down so hard. Donnie Case put a hell of a lick on the Y-framer.
Oh, Jaden Lazenby has really, he needs to go backwards for a while.
Yes.
Oh, but he's
this
not
is
going
good.
to.
This is not, oh, my goodness. Monster hit. Oh, and another one. Heffley comes in and takes it.
I think all 4 tires were off the ground on that car
Yes.
for a moment. But that's not good.
Oh, you know, I'm thinking if Jaden can get over there, well, now if these guys calm down, that's it. That's all there is. Because what we have left would be
You got 2 teams, yeah.
Custom Concrete with Jess Williams, or Williams Custom Concrete, Donnie Case, and we have Jared and Jaden Lazenby.
Jaden's dad, can I do it? Can I do it?
Yeah.
One more time.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's that. So now we're literally just waiting on J.C. Walsh
Wow.
and Jason Heffley to break their sticks.
The real question is you look around and you see the cars that are still going. How many of them are going to be in the grudge match? Because there are some hurt cars.
Dale's car is definitely in really, really bad shape. I don't know exactly what's going on with Jess's, but they're going to go into the main. The suicide, the back of the suicide looks pretty beat up. That Y-frame in the front is harshed really bad.
There you go.
So I would say coming out of here would be Logan Walsh, who got put on the wall, and I think Jason Heffley could come into the grudge. But the other ones are definitely going to be difficult.
Hey, Dale's over picking up his fan.
Yeah. He says, hold on, that's mine.
So who would you give the Mad Dog to in that heat?
One of the Lazenby, I don't know exactly which one, but Jaden, I think, it's so hard to tell, but I think Jaden was the one that laid it on to Del Piper right away and bent the whole front end up. What do you do?
Usually you look at what's left of the car.
Yeah,
And
and
he's hurting pretty good.
going to the main, the worst looking car that put some serious hits down is 100% Jaden. Donnie's car looks rough. He made some really good hits, but not in a Mad Dog way. He drove very smart, and now they got into the main.
I think Jared lost steering.
Yes.
So, or he was binding pretty good.
Daniel Case, yes, I'm not quite still feeling the batteries, but I definitely felt them for a while. And then when they Malachi crunched me, which I think is a phrase that Jason Sowers come up with.
That's that happened in happy days.
My shoulder blade all the way down to like my top ribs hit that pillar on the driver's side. It's just a perfect line, pressure, hickey, and bruise. It was pretty intense. And then we got Casey Johnson. I think he just had shoulder surgery. I mean, I don't know if we're going to know what to do without the Batman up here with us.
I know.
He says he's glad to see that you're feeling better, Gumby.
Thank you, Casey. And what kind of shoulder surgery? Is it like a rotator cuff, or is it just a little cleanup? So
I think it might have been a rotator cuff, but I don't want to speak out of turn. I know he just went through surgery, and from what we talked, he might have needed it for a while.
Hey, procrastination. I know a lot about that.
King of procrastination over here.
I did it. And it put me in the hospital for 3 days about 3.5 weeks ago.
What do you think? Who do you think deserves the Mad Dog? Which one, for sure?
I don't know. One of the orange and black cars, probably. I don't know which one though.
Yeah, but does the young buck get it or the old man? The old man's car still looks like it could drive out of here and be fine. Young buck's over here. It's going to need some attention. Not to pressure you
Yeah,
in any way.
90% of your pit crew needs to work on that car.
Did you say yes, Johnny?
Is that a yes? Is that a yes?
Oh, he's dying.
It's a yes.
Crystal says you look scared. You need to get more into this.
I'm not scared. I just don't know what to say. There's a lot of people watching.
It's a good thing she said yes.
Oh, I need to give a shout out to my grandma Karen too and the rest of my family. Apparently, you have to give everybody a shout out when you go on TV.
Well, you're acting like a whole bunch of people are watching you up here. I know Crystal and Joel, I think they were going to try to make it down here. But they had my cousin had to make a trip up to Idaho to pick up his kid. His oldest kid, Jordan, is graduating. Or not oldest kid. His oldest son is graduating. So he's up there.
I don't think I have. Still good.
And then, all these guys are Stern Dirt that come in with the skid steers. They're so good with what they do. They get them out of here in a quick fashion, but not so quick you have to worry about danger.
The good thing about breaking early in a heat like that is usually the Grudge matches are pretty soft.
Yeah.
So
if all the heats are like this heat, whoever's going into the Grudge match is in good shape.
If they broke early,
has a very good chance of moving on. You want to kick somebody else up here or what?
Sure.
I'll pick somebody.
I'm missing.
There's 3 that are just dying.
Bye, guys.
Gumby.
how are you?
Oh, looks like we got.
How are you? How are you? No, I'm doing a podcast.
Oh, here we go.
Is that why you're crying?
Well, you might as well put it on. We'll talk to him later. So it appears to us that you've been taken off the market.
Yes,
Is that what just happened? Did it happen here or when did it happen?
just now.
We were busy talking about somebody else, and he's getting engaged. And
We missed it all.
well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes,
So,
congrats.
so you support him still doing derbies? These are questions I want to know now, so he doesn't have to stop.
Absolutely, I love it.
You love it? That's
Yeah.
cool. How long have you guys been dating?
Almost a year.
Why did you have to look at him?
I don't, almost a year, 9 months, 10
Wow.
months.
Did you meet at a derby?
Huh?
Did you meet at a derby? Derby
No,
related?
We've been friends for like 6 years now.
Oh, there you go.
Well, hey, if you really want to know the deep down on him, you just come talk to me after the show and we'll fill you in.
Oh, absolutely.
No, so that is awesome. Well, I can't ask where the dates for honey because you probably don't have a clue yet, do you?
No, not at all.
Yep, she figured it out on the walk over here. She's like, I got it.
So I suggest Grand Cayman, Jamaica. No, just kidding.
Bora Bora.
Oh, Bora Bora would be good. Where'd his car break? He was down in the other end, broke.
Where does car
Oh,
break?
yeah, he just
Everywhere.
Got his, everywhere. Just got his ass handed to him.
No, I wouldn't say that. He was he was throwing some shots too.
Do you know what the
He
problem
He
was?
was a champ about it, though.
You know what the problem was? He was thinking, here in 3 minutes, here in 3 minutes.
And he's like, the quicker I lose, the quicker we can do this.
He's like, I'm so nervous. Oh, that hurt. No. Well, you're going to make home in Camas, I'm supposing, or probably up in that neck of the woods.
Yeah.
It's a great area. I love it up there. I have a brother-in-law that lives in Camas, and it's just wonderful.
I guess they liked it, Johnny.
It's one of my favorite small towns. It's actually one of my favorite derbies in the state, too.
Oh, yeah.
I love the
It's
Camas
definitely
show.
home.
So,
So is this something you're going to want to do or just support him?
I ran state fair.
Oh, my bad. Wow. Yeah, you did run state
In that
fair.
same
You
car,
did run state
actually.
fair. It just, I think somebody set you up and
Yeah.
I don't remember, but
I didn't do very good.
yeah, something
But it
broke.
was my first time, so you can only get better, right?
Right.
You gotta admit, that was better than the dark.
You did it. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, very good.
I was wondering, you guys brought a large group of people to the Derby tonight. I mean, there was truckloads of people piling in, so this must have been strategically planned.
I had no idea. I wasn't expecting it at all.
Well,
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, you did great.
let's see the ring. Okay, we got the ring. We're good to go.
Yep.
So did you help in the pick out of the
No,
ring?
I had no idea.
So this is just cold. You got cold.
complete news to me.
That's the way to
Was
do
your
it. And then-
family here?
No, actually.
Where's your family from?
Camas and Salt Lake.
Well,
I
then
actually do have some
Kathy
family out there.
Case.
Del Piper is actually my cousin, so
You had half the family out here in the heat.
yeah.
Jesse Williams and Donnie Case move on, and Jared Lazenby and Jaden Lazenby move on.
Well, cool. Did he ask for permission with your dad?
No, that doesn't
Hold on.
really matter.
This right here is
Okay.
now, I'm not trying to, but look at this Derby picture. There's literally tire prints all the way up the trunk, all the way up the roof, and off of the halo kicker.
Freeway.
That's a very good, that would be an ultimate picture right there.
You're like, who made these marks?
It was
Jared
Lazenby.
Lazenby.
Yeah, Jared. Dude, pretty darn awesome.
Well,
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well,
Your name right this time.
well, do you want to come up here and talk or what? All right, yeah, you can go ahead and go help. Congratulations.
If you really want to know what needs, everything in front of the front tires.
Yeah, from the A-arms forward, all that.
I'll let him know.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
that was a really good heat. If they all go like that, it'll be pretty nice and easy.
Just to give you a heads up, we will talk about our schedule. It looks like we got a few more shows coming up for Full Contact Derby. Our next one is July 9th, Cash Carnage. We will be in Logan, Utah. It is a sold-out show with about 60 cars coming. That is our next schedule for Full Contact Derby TV. But our next points event, boy, it's coming quick.
Yeah, next weekend, and it'll be
Next weekend.
McConaughey Massacre.
So tell us a little bit about McConaughey Massacre.
McConaughey Massacre, it's the first year that we're going to do it in Ogallala. It's a 2-day derby, Saturday, Sunday. Limited weld, bone stock, 90s and newer, heavy hitter. And there's a bone stock duo. And it's just something, I mean, there's nothing on the west side of Nebraska that's big. We have Chaos in the middle, and CNS Promotions and Rob Baker, they do several big shows on the east side of Nebraska. Rob Baker puts on Border Wars, and he puts on the Stanton Team Show. We just don't have anything out west, so trying to get something going out there. We have less Derby drivers per capita, so it's a little bit harder. It's not, a slam dunk, so that's what we're trying to do there.
It's a great arena, though.
Yeah.
And it's really very accessible from I-80.
Yes, and the size, it can get really big. It's a sandy track, very similar to the Utah tracks. So if you drive with a lead foot, you don't think about it, you're probably going to end up sitting where you're at. But if you're smart and you can get out of it, it's anybody's game.
I got talked into going to a derby there on the 4th of July 2 years ago. They said it's going to be a big show. And so I bypassed a derby that I had to drive through the town in Valentine.
Yeah.
And drove another 2 hours to go to Ogallala.
Yeah.
And Valentine ended up having 60 cars, and they had 16. But it is a railroad town, isn't it? Something with a lot of railroad stuff going on.
A lot of railroad goes on there. And Ogallala has, obviously, Lake McConaughey, which is the biggest lake around us, period. And so it draws in a lot of tourists. It's a nice little town. It's clean. It's right off the interstate.
I really liked it. I thought I'm like, man, this would be a fun place to drive.
Oh, now it's your turn, Trey. This is Trey. This is Cadence's boyfriend. So if anybody wants to know what the competition looks like, this is it. And you want to read who's coming in this heat?
Sure.
Oh, no. Yes, this is the heat.
3.
It is
you
heat.
do
This
read
is heat 3.
Number 33,
Oh,
Colin.
let's get louder. Let's get excited.
Number 32, Colin Smith. Number 17, Quentin Smith. 56
For Team Havoc.
Team Havoc.
Come on, Grantsville, Utah.
Grantsville, Utah. Both of them are from Grantsville, Utah. Number 56, Jeremy McPherson
McPherson.
from Wellington, Nevada.
Driving a 1962 Ford
Galaxy.
Galaxy that is bad.
Yeah.
53, Mike Cook from Apple Mill, Wyoming. For Team Hooligans Trouble. Number 81, Dave Burns. Number 4, Rowdy Burns from Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Hold
The
on.
Burns boys.
The Burns boys.
21, Mike Stanfield from
Yep.
Heights, Utah. Number 720, Tyler Stansfield from Racing Price, Utah.
No, Shocker Racing.
Shocker
Utah.
Racing. Number 43, John
Dingamans. Yeah.
from Fairview, Utah. Number 21, Mike Stansfield from Price, Utah. Dinga Shocker, Team Dinga Shockers. Number 118, Levi Hand from Helena, Montana. Number 1513, AJ Sanders from Thompson Fall, Minnesota. For Team I Don't Know.
Yeah. For Team IDK.
There we go. And those are my favorites right there. I love those 72 to 73 olds.
Yeah.
Love them.
And these guys, they brought matching like Thunderbirds last year, if I'm correct.
Football window
Yeah,
Lincoln.
And that could have been, for some reason I thought they were two-door Thunderbirds, but they could have been two-door Lincolns, and they decided to go this way. And they pay attention because their cars definitely had some things that you have to do. And
They're from Wellsville and Mills.
Let's see if they know to stay away from the Burns.
you know, I don't think anybody gets to stay away from the Burns. If the Burnses choose you, just go a lot.
Just keep moving.
Yes. Yes.
No. One of these two teams did not, one of these teams that we announced did not come out. Had too much wrong with their cars to fix them in time.
Okay, but I thought
I don't think so.
maybe not. Maybe we could be wrong.
Can you hand me my beverage of choice?
Your beverage of choice, yes. I don't see Jeremy's car out there.
I don't see Jeremy McPherson, and I do not see his partner. So yes,
So that's there.
That's Jeremy McPherson in the 62, and he needs to be here. I want to see that car
Yes,
run.
so we have the Smiths are here. McPherson's not. Burnses are here. There's 70 and 720. Are they out there? There's two teams not out here.
So they are trying to dig out the last team to get them in here.
Oh, they're probably parked in the middle of.
Well, they were thinking there was three. They were still in Heat 3, and they didn't hear that Heat 2.
Right. I don't know which Fitzgerald Motorsports, if it's Michael or Dakota, but you are their hero.
I try to be.
So you are the boyfriend,
I'm the
and
boyfriend.
this is the soon-to-be father-in-law.
Well, wait, I didn't say that. Stuff.
Well, what do we think about that, Will?
You know, he's a really good kid, and it could probably happen, but let's just wait and see what happens.
I built too many Fords to get his approval.
So you're a Derby family. You come from a Derby family
Yeah.
also.
First time I met you, I was 6 years old at Blizzard Bash, and I have a picture on my dad's phone with you.
That is awesome.
Well, you should get your phone out and take a Snapchat with it, or take a selfie with him.
I like that. That was a long time ago.
It's not every day you're gonna sit next to the legend Gumby. And now you should send it to your dad.
Legends, you know, in the world, but in the Derby world, I'm a has-been.
Oh, now. You're just the guy that gets incredibly ill so that you don't have to run. I understand. Yeah.
I would say,
Too soon?
you know, you benefited, but I don't know if you did or didn't.
It was incredibly awesome. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I wish I'd have built my own car for that. But, you know, if it happens again, I think that's a possibility. It was still fun out there. I had a lot of fun in your car. I was going to try to junk it the best I could, but the battery box had different plans.
It's pretty heavy.
It was very heavy. But, you know, it was so much fun, and everybody had such great attitudes.
You know that, you know, down there, Hurricane Derby is amazing. The red rocks down there and the beautiful scenery. I think I hear some engines. I think they're coming. Now, if Jeremy McPherson does make it out here, I'm going to tell you he will give the Burns a run for their money.
Yes, because Jeremy, I don't know it. Nobody take this the bad way. He wants to come out here and he wants to money drive and he wants to Sam. I don't know if he has it in him because, man, he can light that thing up and drive. It just flips the switch and he turns it on. I'm going to bust Eric White a little bit. Where are you, guy? You literally made now it's second year in a row. Jeremy did not have a partner, which Eric wasn't his partner last year, but Jeremy just can't seem to catch any luck out here, partner-wise.
So I think he needs to build his second car first, then build his car.
Right.
And then raffle off to somebody he wants to drive the other car.
Yeah. Oh, there's Jeremy. I'm relatively certain not too many cars look like that at the window pillar.
That's a good-looking car. It's
You know,
one of the kind of cars I've really wanted to run an old Ford. What I really want to run is like a 61 to 63 Galaxy wagon with a 9802 front stub put underneath it.
Right, that'd be a pretty wicked little car. You know, even if you took one and stuck really any front stub, 70s Ford, any 80s Ford. Mike Cook is out now.
All right.
And he ran this car here at State Fair last year.
Let's go, Brandon.
So he's just trying to do the best that he possibly can.
These are special drivers in the house tonight. Car number 56, Jeremy McPherson. We call him Brandon.
So we're still missing a team, though, right?
There's another pair of team that won. They joined forces.
It'd be this one, the Fairview.
Yeah, Fairview had one car in, one car out.
Yep. So the John Dingmans and Mike Steinsfield or Steinsfield. I don't know for sure if I said that right.
Boys and girls, make some noise for these drivers. I'm not ready to start for heat number 2.
There's going to be some heavy hitting in this heat. There's 3 or 4.
I'm excited to see the Burns boys in person.
They're going to light it up. Here we go. From the drop of the flag, watch. So far, so good. Oh my goodness. I can't quite see who they got caught over here in the wall.
One of the purple cars.
Oh, there's a black car in front of it.
Oh!
Bernsey is just lighting him up. Making mincemeat out of that 71 or 2 holes. Put the rail on the ground. The passenger side rear rail where the bumper's at is on the ground. Oh. Now they're working over the other purple cars.
Oh, look at that. That's got to hurt. Oh, beautiful hit by Mr. Smith. Oh, look at the back end of that car.
Oh, it is rough. And that's the one downfall of the 71 to 73 holes is they're longer than you would think. So if you don't prepare for that, that's what happens. And they are just lighting them up.
The problem is you want those to slow pack also.
Only one, okay, I'm seeing what's happened here. Only one of the black and purple cars from that other team came into the arena. And that's what got piled up over here in the corner. Stansfield and the Cadillac over here. Oh, goodness. Never fails. They always throw dirt up here on us.
Jeremy McPherson's cars look good. They're starting to buckle weird in the back. Look at that rear leaf spring.
I don't know. I don't know that he's got a chain down the best. He's got really awesome downward placement.
Do not take a hit, Jeremy, in that back right now. The leaf springs are starting to separate.
Yeah, you can see where the purchase is getting crazy. You know, Levi Hand in this football Lincoln right here is playing real smart. He knows that he might be on the bottom side of the totem pole. So when he does get hit or makes a hit, he doesn't gouge into it to where he's buried. And everything is looking good. Dave said he went through tech, got with the line up, and he blew the bottom of his radiator out. So he's running loop line.
Who's this?
Dave Burns.
That's normal.
As he was pulling in, he went loop lines. And this Olds is just not looking any better in the back.
You know, how do you reclip a back end? Because the front end's looking perfect.
Yeah. Maybe that's where you just take the front clip out of that one and put in something that maybe the front doesn't look so great. But the same with the 71 and 73 green cars. If they take a nasty shot in the back, they're both going to have bad days also. The 32 is looking better than the 17, but they're still laying them down. Big hits. Jeremy's having issues getting her fired up. Big hits. Oh.
He's over there going, what did I do? Oh, he's stuffed. He's done.
Oh, I built him a jack stand. Sorry, guys, we're trying to watch this and all pay attention really good. That what happened to this 62 Galaxy is he had it dimpled right at the end of the leaf spring, so it tried to 90 there, but it's 90 and down. Mike Cook is laying it down as hard as he can out there. He just blew his top radiator hose, it looks like.
You know, but he was one that his partner didn't show, and they joined forces, and they're doing really well.
Dave Burns just indicated to Rowdy that his transmission is broke and to let him sit. So now Rowdy's going to have to play good by himself. Oh, I think they might have this figured out. Oh, Mike Cook is just laying it into Colin Smith. And Dave said that his training was broke. He motioned to Rowdy, but he's going. So maybe it's something else here. So now if they calm down and they don't mess with those cars.
Wouldn't that be awesome if he pinned a guy and got into the main?
Yeah. Well, see, these two are a team and those two are a team. Oh, now that they're all free again. So far, there's been a lot of action in this heat. Really cool stuff. I think that McPherson's motor's struggling a little bit. You can see it pouring black smoke out of it. The pipes run a little rich.
Something's wrong with Dave's because he's...
Yeah, he's just sitting over there stuck. Oh, did you see? He just ruined the front of that oval window with one hit. And that Galaxy is now going down in the front.
I would rather fix the down than I would the side.
That is a monster hit. And Mike Cook is just laying it down.
I'm telling you, I would put Mike up for Mad Dog in this heat very easily.
Every hit that he has made has been a big monster hit, the best hit he can make.
Wow.
Which Mike told me he's coming. He doesn't care. He's coming for fun and having fun. And just letting it eat.
You can load your car after this heat and be satisfied.
Oh, 100%. That. We got an axle broken on the 118 car. Jeremy's just trying to make it in. So we're down to what would be team I don't know. The Burns boys and Hooligan's Trouble. I don't even know what their team name would be. But they are just laying it to them purple cars of team I don't know. Yes, Daniel Case. Mike is junking everything.
What a great heat.
Yes, monster heat.
Five, 3. We want him up here.
Yeah. And then after we get 53 up here, we're gonna pull him up, and we're gonna have him for a whole heat discussing the kids' youth car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 53 definitely laid it down. That's Mike Cook, and he came out here by himself. I don't think that his partner didn't show up. I think his partner couldn't get his car built or didn't. I think there might have been some issues there. So it's Burns boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to
Wow.
the heat of heat number 2. Make some noise.
What a heat.
Burns boys to the main.
Oh, we got a fire.
We got a fire.
They ruined that oval window.
Oh, yes, and Jeremy.
Rookie announcer, see how it is. Get back in your cars, guys. It's not over. Get back in your cars, guys. It's not over.
What do you mean it's not over?
They had a fire, I guess.
Johnny's calling 53 up here. Johnny doesn't know that the show's not over, and he's calling.
But I don't think that he can get anywhere. All right, Jay, we're going to go ahead and give it to him. We'll talk to you a little bit later tonight.
You ready, Scooter?
Johnny.
Jerry, you ready?
I don't know if we really know what's going on. All I know is that Mike Cook is coming up to discuss things with us.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Jerry, say that again.
Jesse, you were right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes heat number 2. Make some noise for those drivers.
So it is over.
All right.
Well,
look at who's here.
The wild man himself.
Hey, are you still smiling inside?
Oh, man.
Was that just an absolute riot or what?
Yes, it was.
What kind of car were you driving?
It's a Ford Elite.
All right. What year? 75, 76?
76, I believe.
That thing was putting some punishment out.
Oh,
I think it was singing.
Everything. You hit everything out there.
And to be able to come and your partner not make it and join forces with Mr. McPherson, and then to be able to qualify for the main event, that's pretty cool.
I just heard that. I did not know we qualified.
Yes. Yeah, Jeremy, you guys, it was over, like probably 3 minutes beforehand. And then David Burns actually backed up, and that's what opened up that
I couldn't
race.
see. It was all smoke. There was nothing in front of me.
Look at you can.
Oh, heck of a show you put on there.
Thanks.
And everybody did. The amount of junk, fresh cars in this.
I think you're going to sleep good tonight.
Oh, I know I am.
Well, that had to have been, those.
Would you like a water, Gatorade,
Yes,
Pepsi? What we got? I'm sorry. You're sitting there just having a heart attack, and I got all this ice cold water.
That was an adrenaline rush.
Oh, I bet so. That was awesome.
You were in there with some pretty big guns, some hitters.
Nice thing is, I knew nobody. I just found out today the Burns boys are from Wyoming, where I'm from. Did not even know.
Really?
Yeah.
What part of Wyoming are you from?
Casper Mills area.
So you're up top.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Central.
Yeah, and they're just over in this. Yeah,
Rock
they're over in
Springs.
Rock Springs area. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they're definitely very aggressive drivers, but man,
That's all I heard, and all I knew was throttle on the floor. I'm
who
going.
won Mad Dog? Who won Mad Dog? Well, what did they say? You're not?
Well, you won Mad Dog in our eyes.
I appreciate that from coming from you.
100%. You drove
We
hard.
actually said that if there's a Mad Dog in this heat, it is definitely 53. You put.
What size shirt are you?
2XL.
2XL.
So you won a shirt for a Mad Dog.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I don't know if you want to call it Mad Dog or NFG or what.
Scared.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Dude, I hate to run you out of here, but if you don't, maybe they'll see that you're over here or you're not with your car.
Hopefully. I threw the steering wheel on the floor.
Yeah, they don't know where it's going.
Just wanted to, okay, so you can run out to your car, but wanted to let you know that was one well of a drive.
Thank you.
Very impressed. You put on a show, and in our eyes, you will be getting a shirt because you were the Mad Dog in that heat.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
By far. Thank you,
Thanks,
sir,
Gumby.
for driving all the way down here. And
Always.
And I hope you're probably going to try to see you can get out in the main event, I'm sure.
I'm going to try, yeah.
All right, we'll get out there and work on your car.
Do whatever it can. Get out there and have some fun.
Thanks, Will. I already did have fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. If everybody drove like that, derbies would be a lot funner to watch.
Oh, that's that purple. Look at the side of that car.
Yeah,
that almost looks like my wagon that you were driving.
Yeah. Yeah. He took some hits over here. That's why I couldn't figure out who it was.
I look at that car, my wagon, every morning, and I'm like, wow, Will took it.
Brody. If Brody doesn't get up here, he's like a little kid at a candy store. If you want to get up here real quick just for a second. He had to go out there to his car. Sorry, guys. I just yelled a little bit. And I'm going to do my best to not cuss at all during this podcast.
Did you cuss?
I got caught a couple times. Brody. And we'll get Brody up here to say whatever's so exciting for him.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So this became a mini family vacation.
Yes, everybody loves it out here. And then, trying to explain to people why I come out here and why I enjoy it so much. It's really hard to explain. All right, bro, let's get on for just a second, and then we're here. Come on. You'll be up there. It's time delayed. Trying to explain to them what it's like out here, being a part of the Stern Dirt family and being a part of the Derby world out here. It's not just that. Yep, you're on. Now you're gone. Told you. Yeah, I know.
He'll be a
Mr. If we could flip the camera around and show Johnny Golo, who micromanages everything. We couldn't give him a split second. So now we're going to go up here at the end. But anyway, back to trying to get people to understand why I come out to Utah so much, why I enjoy it so much. It's not it's everything. It's not just Stern Dirt. It's everything all together. The drivers, the families, the arenas, the townspeople, everything. It's so much fun.
So we've got Wreck Neck Racing up here.
Yeah, how's it going?
Good. So tell everybody that's watching, how did you start this and why did you start this?
So we started a nonprofit program teaching high school kids how to build demolition derby cars. So we go in, we donate the cars, and we donate our time and teach them to build it from a possibly running car or just a junk car, and teach them how to build it on a light build it on up, and then at the end of the year, one of the students that's graduated and 18 at the time of the Derby gets to drive that car against the other schools.
That is awesome. And so is this curriculum, do you get school credit for this?
Yeah, so the teachers consider it their project in their welding or auto programs.
So unfortunately, it only impacts the schools that still have an auto and or welding program.
Correct. That's one of the reasons we started doing it, is we've seen the trades programs are going to the wayside really fast. And what our program does is actually the prize money at the end of the season when they race against each other goes to the actual teachers,
right?
Not just the school. So it goes to the teachers for that program and helps bring the auto and welding programs back.
See, that's a better way to do it. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody from McCook, but I'm pretty sure we lost our auto program several years ago, and it's not even something nobody cared. And, unfortunately, there's a few things in life that aren't going to change. You're going to need mechanics. I don't care if we go to all green. I don't care what it is that needs to be out there. And it's a trade, I think, that is, losing the respect that it deserves.
Well, that, or if you want to be a mechanic, you will be making lots of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look across the board, everywhere's looking for mechanics right now.
Yep.
And they're paying good money right now. We actually got connected with Caterpillar locally, and they want to hire students fresh out of high school, out of our program, and they're starting it out at $60,000.
Now, do they send them to like a trade program or just
in-house probably?
Or just come right in?
They have their own program, Caterpillar does.
But
So they send them through Caterpillar training.
Right.
And get them all trained up. But they're looking for the people that have that drive and that passion to actually want to get their hands dirty and get into the trades. Because nowadays, everybody wants to sit behind a desk.
Can you imagine being a kid graduating high school and getting an offer with that kind of money and working for a big company like that got benefit? What a blessing.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to tell them. We're trying to tell them, like, this is a huge deal. That's some big money coming straight out of high school. 18, 19 years old, getting $60,000 starting. That's good pay.
I wonder if they'll take a 52-year-old.
See, and John Deere has something similar to that also. Maybe you should talk to John Deere.
Yeah.
And, I think they will help pay for the tools and everything for kids to go to diesel mechanics. And then once you're done, you get all kinds of stuff.
No, that's pretty awesome. And, I was telling when I found out that you were doing this in the high school, and now that you're telling me, I would have got straight A's and been going to Harvard. Because I would have loved to be able to build a derby car in high school.
Well, and there's times, because this is our second year doing it, and it's been all out of pocket these first 2 years. So we're actually hosting our own derby this year.
Where did you end up?
West Jordan.
West Jordan?
Yep.
Nice.
West Jordan agreed to it. It's the week before your Wired Madness.
Okay, sweet.
So it's right before that, and what we're doing is we're hosting our own with nothing but high schoolers, and we're going to have a heat of the teachers running minivans. So it's going to be an all high school show. They're going to have their little projects of mini bikes, dirt trikes, stuff like that racing around, and it's going to be a derby / high school project show.
So you need minivans to drive in this show?
Just for the teachers.
What I'm saying is you need minivans. This guy could probably
I manage a wrecking yard.
Yes, we do need minivans.
You will call me, and as long as I get the minivans back afterwards, I have.
Oh, yeah.
How many do you need?
We're needing probably 3 or 4 minimum right now. We got a couple.
So let's go like 6 or 8.
I don't know if I have that many yet, but
if we shoot that high, then 3 or 4 is great.
Well, I know for a fact I've got 2 or 3 right now that you can use.
That'd be awesome.
So we will help. That is really a great program. I think that's awesome.
It's been a lot out of pocket up front. It's been a rough couple of years getting it going. But going out there and watching the students run those cars, it's more than driving yourself.
It is. So you have teachers running, who, like mechanics teachers, or are you going to have English and Spanish teachers, or what do you got?
So we have auto and welding teachers, and one of the students that's going to be driving this year, who's a senior, his dad is actually a junior high teacher. And he's like, well, I want to drive. I'm like, well, you're a teacher. Like, if you're a teacher, you can drive.
So now does this open up the possibility of possible teachers versus students match, or?
We've talked about something like that. We've also talked about a teacher having the gas and brake pedal or the steering, and a student having the other one.
Right. See, we do a lot of dual car stuff back where I'm at, and it's probably the most fun you can have that I've had. But I mean, you could open it up to like similar to what Johnny kind of does, and we did in Nebraska. You could have like, what if you went to the local police department and went like police versus students?
Yeah.
And did that to raise money for both sides. Once, obviously, you guys are getting to a point where you're self-sustaining with small sponsors.
Yeah, and that's a big thing about getting our show, is we've had people who are like, oh, you're money hungry, trying to get your own show. We're trying to self-sustain, trying to make it so it's not money out of pocket, it's reoccurring money to put back into there and help grow the program.
Right, and that's the thing. A lot of people, and it's just the days we live in, they don't hear nonprofit. They hear you want me to pay you money
Yep.
for a bunch of kids to do something. But you might be what changed that kid's life from a path of nothing but negativity to something he can actually take on into a career.
How are you going to market this? Is it going to be through the high schools, selling tickets to help their programs, or how are you going to do it?
We're going to push it every way we can. The whole funding is going back to the schools and continuing this program.
How many schools are involved?
Right now, we got 5 schools on board. Our issue we've been fighting is the districts are worried about safety. So we actually do a full roll cage in all the cars. We require an extra bar that goes down the driver's door. We require a 4-point harness. We cinch the top of the driver's door seam, cinch that shut. So we do everything we can possible to bubble wrap these students in place so that nobody gets hurt.
Right.
Well, the cool thing is hopefully you can find ways to get the football teams involved in selling tickets to earn money for their programs. Those are ways that would really help.
Yes. Yeah, we're trying to do everything we can right now. We just barely opened it up. I think it was 2 days ago. We just barely opened up tickets to the show.
How much are you selling tickets for?
I think they're 25.
Okay,
good program.
We have Heat 4, and first team out is Ryan Gilliland and Luis Gallegos out of La Jolla, Colorado, and Monta Vista with Dos Amigos. Then we have Zeb Hansen and Doug Emery, the Madmen. Zeb's out of Tula, Utah, and Doug's out of Bottle City, California. Then we'll have coming out Garrett Parsons from Ventnor City, Washington, and Robert Morton out of Dallas, Oregon with Team RTF.
I tell you right there, those first 2 teams out here
They're pretty wicked. Then we got Eric Johnson out of Walla Walla, Washington, and Nick Johnson out of College Place, maybe, Washington, with Rusty Nuts. And then the final people on the list would be Larry Steinbeck and Reed Steinbeck with Steinbeck Geek, both being out of McCook, Nebraska.
This is a tough heat.
This is going to be a very good
pretty
heat.
stacked. I didn't get to see the first heat. This second heat was pretty good heat.
The first heat was really good, and then the second heat was like, hold my beer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I foresee it.
They weren't holding back very much.
No.
But I've noticed out here in Utah, once a couple people start hitting, it changes the whole field.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like if you sit back, you're getting slammed.
Yeah.
So you better get moving.
Well, and that's just it. I mean, I think everybody knows that you keep that thing just moving. And you keep your stuff moving when you come to Utah. If you don't, they will capitalize on you.
Yep.
And they don't care if it's in the doors. They don't care if it's in the front end. When they come, they're coming to hurt you, and they don't care. If that hurt your car, they say it will not hurt you. And it is so much fun to watch. When they get out and they know that they've junked their car,
they
just smile ear to ear.
This heat is brutal.
It's wicked heat. I would say I'm not taking away from anybody's cars at all, but the amount of experience, horsepower, drivers, this is the heat. And it is not going to be an easy one. And now that they added another team to it, it's just, and the team that came in, the guys from Ventnor City, Washington, and Dallas, Oregon, great cars. So this could get a lot of fun. I'm really excited to see if Reed keeps his cool or if he just lets it go. 2,
There's some.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. We're just got to watch and see. And the sad part is this could be a very unexciting heat at all the things. So far, nobody's really picking on anyone in particular.
It's going to get ugly. I'm sorry to tell you.
They started filling it out, but then it started to pick up.
And that's the thing about Utah is that, like I said, even if you're trying to be calm, it just It almost turns itself up. It looks to me like Larry's kind of picked who he wants to go after, and everybody's driving smart. Ryan with a really good hit over here. Doug and Deb driving really smart, staying together, making sure that everybody's in with each other. Back of this Cadillac is going to have to be a little careful. Smart driving. The track didn't stay as hard as what I thought it would. Looks to me like RTF and Steinbeck Inc. are definitely going for each other. Ryan is staying out of it, just trying to kind of pay attention. That was a good hit by Deb.
I'll tell you, disadvantage Vicks in this heat, they just don't have the weight.
Yes.
There's too much weight out there.
Yeah, I was curious to see how the Vicks are going to hold up against these guys.
Oh, big hit on the Cadillac. Garrett Parsons. Reed, he's definitely got that car belly down already. And he's got it moving. It almost appears that this Cadillac might be going down. There.
Surprising there's only one car out so far.
Yes, it was one of them newer Fords. Looks like Ryan's partner here has lost the front straps on his A-arm.
That Buick took a hit in the front. Oh, look at that thing.
It is not good at all. Oh, Doug with a big hit on Ryan. And Doug's holes is bellying out pretty bad. Gallegos is set so low on the front passenger side, he's going to have to really pay attention to what he's got going on.
Oh,
nice hit. Cadillac holding that wagon in there on the passenger side. Really good. Came in on the front end. So far, getting some really good hits in there.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's just trying to stay moving. You definitely don't want to stop in this heat. Reed's down there just trying to make her. He's got a flat passenger side front tire.
You can definitely see the patience in the drivers on this one.
Yes.
Where they're taking the precise hits instead of just slamming.
Making really smart hits. Oh, now they're going to push old 20 up against the wall. This is going to be a big hit. Oh, Emery laid it into the back of that Buick. Folded it really nicely.
Oh, that was a good hit on the Vic right there, back end.
I tell you that 76, that Cadillac
That is right.
is built tough.
Yes, very tough. Unfortunately, 214's partner is out, so he can't help him out there. Oh, big hit. Kind of a Malachi type situation there.
Ooh, there we go.
Nice hit.
I think the 20.
Oh, that caddy pushed back so hard. He's pushing. Front tire's starting to lock up. Big hit by Gilliland on the back of Matt Hansen.
The back end, that Vic's dropping hard.
Yes. He's taking some pretty big hits.
I just don't think they've got the ability, weight-wise, to handle.
No. And this Cadillac 20 appears to be going down in the driver's side front, which could be a big problem. Larry's got a broken tie rod. Put in a bad position. Somebody could capitalize here.
They got it out of there.
Larry got a hit. Little Malachi crunch there. I could smell somebody's brakes.
That was a good hit right there.
I think they were calling that a door. Oh, they're telling him to watch the door shot. What a heat though. Exactly like you were saying, Gummy. Things are just getting bent all too heavy. That Buick is just bellied out hard along with Reed's Buick.
I will tell you though, this would be so much fun to be out there.
Oh yes. A lot of these great drivers running.
It's gonna be interesting to see. Are they doing a Grudge here?
Yes, they're gonna try to have 2 Grudges and go that route. The Ford, like we said, is just plowing the ground.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how many of these they can get pulled back up or down and get back out here.
They got recapitalized in there. I think he's trying to make it out, giving it everything he's got. It's just really a dogfight. This pink Buick is just belling so hard.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, nice hit. Unfortunately, it's the same thing. It was right in the door.
Yep.
You just don't do any damage when it's in the doors.
You're in the hit bumper, the roll cage, and it's not doing much.
Yeah. Reed's going to have to go over and get Larry. I think Larry's stuck.
But this would be so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, you win or lose, this is a great time.
Yes, a great time. And the way these guys are paying attention to each other and making the right moves. And Reed sees his dad there. He's going to go over there and try to tap him out.
Got him.
Larry's got a little bit of steering issues. Doug Emery's car is looking good. It's bellied out in the front, but nothing crazy. Zeb Suicide just hasn't moved. Gallegos is definitely hot. His front end is set so low.
Boy, these guys are going to need some time to work on their cars.
Oh, yeah. 100% they're going to need something.
That Vic's still working it down there.
Yeah, doing everything he can.
He's holding in pretty good against these guys.
They just pulled him for time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Larry's working. He's got a back flat tire, broken tie rod. And it is down to 3 teams.
If it wasn't for that tie rod, that's holding up pretty good.
Yeah.
Bent up a little bit in the front, but not too bad.
got, we're down to Dos Amigos, Steinbeck Inc., and Madden. Big Stein over here.
He's sitting high in that front end.
Oh,
good hit.
Oh.
That was a bad driver's door hit.
Oh, pay attention here. We got Larry's having some tie rod issues. They're both stuck over there, really hard to move. Nice, just keeping them going. So far, it's just been amazing. We got number 20 down. So we're down to 1, 2, 3, yeah. 14. I did not realize that the pink team is still in. Now they're all driving smart, making sure they're picking their hits.
I don't think any of them can drive straight.
No. You know, Ryan's car is the only one I think that has complete steering. He doesn't have any flat tires. He's made a lot of good decisions.
Front end looks good on that.
Yes.
I think he's slow playing it heavily.
Like I said, Larry lost his steering way early. He just can't seem to get away from that wall. Reed is driving really smart. Doug's car is just bellying so hard. Now they're coming in on Gallegos, trying to get that figured out. Larry's arm's been so hard, it's just not allowing him to move. Something figured out. Larry's short timing it. He has to be short timing it. I don't think he has much steering at all, so Reed's going to have to put in the work for him. There, Doug is just trying to keep everything moving.
A couple of these guys can't see much over that front end.
Yeah, at all. Larry spit off his tire, so it's going to be even harder for him to get moving.
He's about out of time.
Oh, geez. Emery with the monster hit over in the corner on the Cadillac. And he is just capitalizing on it.
They're helping each other steer over there.
Yeah.
I don't know. See if they give him the time.
Oh, he's going to get a hit here. That's what he needed. And old Zeb Hansen's just over there working over Gilliland's team all by himself.
That's a good hit.
He just can't quite get her. There we go. Oh, there's a hit. Larry got a hit in. That had to be.
That was a good hit right
That
there.
had to be monstrously close to time for Larry. The Derby gods are definitely looking down on him in that one. Big hit here. Oh. That's the thing. If you keep moving out here, you're fine. You just have to keep moving. I think Larry's got Gilliam pinned over there if he can hold him.
Looks like he's trying to push dirt with his front end here.
Yeah. I think both Steinbecks might be stuck. And if they are, that would be the end of it. If they just stay away from them.
They're calling it.
Oh, Larry's moving.
Oh.
I don't know how this works.
Boy, that's woo.
That was a heat.
Let's see how they're going to call this, guys.
I think he was really playing it smart through that.
Clarification on timing.
I think they're going to call Larry and Reed out.
He might have got a good call the minute before, and bad. It's tight.
Jesse, what's our call?
And I think he's going over to, I don't know.
Looks like they're clearing out the track right now, pulling some tires off.
Thanks, Cody. We're going to have a tire still after this heat. You guys get some spare tires if you do. 2 or 3 in the arena.
Does that help? Is that good?
Thanks, Cody.
What's the call?
I don't know. They're calling Reed out.
All right, let's count back in again in 3.
And this restarts your clock, so
Hit 'em up.
if we set a timer. That's a hit.
I was going to say, that looked like it hit me.
I mean, he connected Gumby, right?
I didn't see it, to be honest with you. I thought he sort of shot the gap.
Now he's got movement. Got that momentum.
That's a hit. Boy, this is going to be interesting. Because Gilliam hasn't hit anything.
We don't have a single team up and going still, do we?
No, we have 3 teams left. These 2 are a team.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Fire car and then Larry.
Did you stick him in?
Run, Nate, run.
He can hit that car. That car is still in contention.
He's out. He's out. They just called him.
Okay, so Larry has to go over there and hit one of those cars. I think Larry's going to run out of time here. Oh, maybe.
Might get him a hit here.
Whoa. That was cool.
You can feel the heat over here.
That was like,
I don't know if Larry got the hit on that. No, they're calling it.
I think they're calling Larry out. That's what I'm thinking. Larry's like, but I don't want to stop playing.
That was a good heat.
Now it's going to be interesting to see who can make it back out with these cars.
Oh, 100%.
Because they all took a beating.
Yes, they did.
I think the only one that's looking decent over there is that Vic. But he went out early, so it all depends on what took him out.
I don't think he could get fired back up, and it looked like he was. Looked like he was slipping the tranny pretty hard.
Wow. Wow. You got to get over and get some cool water running through those motors to cool them down. That was heat 3, right? So now we have minis going.
Yep.
And then a grudge match.
The minis and a grudge, and then youth,
And
possibly another grudge.
There's only one grudge now.
Okay. So yeah, so it'd be minis or wire, grudge, and then whatever didn't run will run.
Wow.
That's a short time to get these cars up and going again.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not a whole lot of time for
Especially
how hard
when,
these ones been.
when most of them came in, played it out. If you want to sit here and talk to this gentleman with Gumby, you're more than welcome to.
Sure.
You good with that?
Yeah.
What am I doing? Come on up here and chit-chat, big guy.
Mini car drivers to your cars, please. Mini car drivers to your cars, please.
And I do apologize, many car drivers.
We'll hop in and.
Okay. You are the next.
Well, that was a rough one, wasn't it? That was fun to watch.
That was pretty good. I had a good time.
How's the car?
I think it's done. I think the tranny's done and the motor's not sounding real good. It was fun while it lasted, though.
It was, when we started watching all the cars come out of the arena, we're like, this is going to be a doozy.
This is a rough one, yeah.
But win or lose, it had to have been a party.
Oh, it was blast, yeah. We had a really good time.
You look like you were after Team Nebraska right out of the hole.
Well, I figured that was probably going to be the guys to get me. So, I don't know. I just tried to go that direction.
It was awesome. What year was your Buick? 75?
76.
76?
Yeah, nothing special.
You took a hit on that right front corner that really...
It really got it, yeah.
I was like, 1 minute it was looking great, and then you come around the corner, oh, what happened?
Yep,
Where did that...
folded that up and then would no longer really go forward.
Yeah, it shifted pretty good. The trunk, on the other hand,
the trunk worked well.
Yeah, Atkins looked good on that.
Yeah, if I could just drive better backwards.
Well, that was a heat that you really couldn't.
That was a rough one.
Yeah, I like it. And by the way, before the night's over, you won some shirts, you and your teammate.
Okay, cool.
And the reason why, one thing is, we love people that bring cars with color in them because it's better for our crowd.
Well, it makes you more of a target is the downfall.
It's more of a target.
You don't blend in.
You don't blend in, but the crowd loves it. It's able to, I love it. You know me, I'm bright green. I love my green. So I saw those. I'm like, I love the pink. So
yeah, we've done the pink for 20 years. So.
And you're out of Washington.
Oregon. I'm from Oregon. Garrett's from Washington.
Now, any of you guys run those concrete shows?
Yeah, those are great.
Oh,
those are way better than this.
I see. They're definitely different.
It's a totally different animal.
And I see a lot of roof signs like yours on those concrete cars.
Yes, everybody's got a unique little sign.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. So, do you run Forks, or which one do you run?
Forks is my favorite place to go. Hands down, for me, the best place to go. I live far away from Forks. I live in the middle of Oregon, and there's really not a lot there. We started traveling to Washington 10 years or so ago just to get more.
Well, I will tell you that Forks, I've watched every episode that's on YouTube, and that's...
Yeah, I like Forks.
Yeah, I just wish they would get another 10, 15, 20 cars to show up because I'm a big, we'd love to go film it and broadcast
It's
it.
in the middle of nowhere.
That's all right.
Yeah.
We like the middle of
That's
nowhere.
why it's so hard to draw anybody because it's way up there. And those concrete barriers on the ends are very deadly. So.
And then they put concrete barriers out in the middle of the
there's
arena.
not random, they're in the corners that if you're not paying attention and you forget about them, you hit them. I've hit them, yeah.
They'll get you.
So.
What do you like? What kind of cars do you like to take to that show?
The last time I went, I took a 03 and newer Crown Vic. And I really like that because at that time they allowed you to leaf. I like a leaf sprung, like 60s Ford, a leafed 80s car.
And now the gentleman that's in charge of that show now used to come down here quite a bit before he retired.
Yeah, Eric Anderson.
Really funny guy.
Yeah.
They still wear the suspenders.
Yeah, it's common up there. All the loggers have it and everything.
Oh yeah, he liked the suspenders.
Yep. No, it's a good area. I mean, cool people. Cool town. So.
Well, that's awesome. I hope that show stays there. I really want to go up. It's always on. Isn't it on the 4th of July?
4th of July every year.
I would love to go up there one day and watch that show. I don't know if I've got the cojones to get out there yet.
The pavement is good. Like my car, the way it is now, we just pulled it out of the arena, was stuck. You could keep going with a car like that. You can drag everything behind you and just keep going off pavement.
Yeah, it's definitely a different feel, but man, that first 2 minutes.
It's crazy, yeah. Yeah, it's a good time.
So I understand it's more of a limited weld, stockish build.
Yeah,
now.
they've changed it, yeah.
They've backed it off quite a bit.
Yeah, they backed it off quite a bit. I don't like some of the rules, but I'd like to go there again someday.
That's, like I said, I see shows from coast to coast.
Mm-hmm.
It's different. It just has
every place is a little bit different.
It feels so much different though.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like
every place is different, and you watch the driving style changes all over across the country.
Yeah,
depending on the track, depending on what cars are running in it, how experienced the drivers are, it just changes the whole field out there.
Well, with different rules, you see a completely different car. You know.
Yeah, you up there in that fork show, you watch people go in, and that's when you get in trouble because people like to follow.
They follow, yep. That last time I was there, it was a mental thing for me to remember, don't hit somebody up on the wall because somebody's right behind you waiting for that, and somebody's right behind him. And I watched the video probably 100 times, and I've made that mistake twice. Luckily, it was okay, but
everybody just stacks them in.
Yep.
It's almost like the banger racing.
Like the banger racing, yeah. One guy in the corner and somebody else. And
Would you do the banger racing?
No.
I watch banger racing, and I still to this day cannot figure out how some people live through that.
Yeah. The car is completely bent up in a ball, and somebody just comes and just piles into it. It's just unreal.
Inside, they must have it set up like you must be in a cubicle or something.
Yeah, it must be just crazy.
I don't know if they put certain bends in the frame so it just balls them up around them or what, but yeah, some of those hits are brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Straight into a cement wall, and
It wasn't too long ago I was watching it, and you got these little Volvos and these little teeny cars. I don't even know what some of these things are. And then all of a sudden there's an Imperial out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's just not smart.
Yeah, some guy with a lot of money shipped that thing over there just for that,
It'd probably be worth it.
Yeah, they just drive through everybody.
You see the ones where it's like a full-size limo just comes and piles into everybody.
Yep, those limos are like crowd favorites.
Yeah.
I would really like to see I would be interested to see the build rules and what they allow in the front.
Yeah, I'd like to see what they allow for safety, just to see how they don't get hurt.
Yeah.
I think if I want to be in one, it'd be a limo, so I had all that space behind me to hit.
Yeah, all that crumple zone.
Yep, just let it pack in behind me.
Yeah, exactly.
That, and they love their paint jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they get real unique with that stuff.
I haven't actually figured out what the real rules of competition are, though.
Yeah, I don't know what the point of it is.
Yeah, it's like,
They
are you
have to
trying
make
to be the
so many
last one
laps.
making laps? But some people aren't trying. They're just like,
Yep. Yeah, just suicide mission into the thing.
Yeah, you see some of them turn around and head backwards, and you're like, oh, that's crazy going head on that fast.
How long of a drive was it for you to get here?
12 hours.
Well, we thank you very, very much for coming.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Thank you.
Is this your first time down?
Yeah, I'd never been here before, so.
What, just you needed a change, try something?
I wanted to do something big, you know. A group of us kind of decided we wanted to go somewhere, we didn't know where, and we picked this one. I was supposed to come years ago and wasn't able to get a car done, and always kind of wanted to come back, so, you know, kind of experience it and see how it is. And
it's a fun show. Love the arena.
It's really cool.
The views are pretty amazing. See the mountains behind. And so what's the biggest show in Oregon then?
There isn't one.
Really?
Yeah, there used to be one at like the state fair, small stuff like that, but in the last 10 years, it's all been Washington. So.
You guys do you ever travel up into Canada?
No, we talked about it, but we've never actually gone. They used to have a real big one up there. Well, I guess they still have lots of big ones up there, but.
You know which one? I'm trying to think how far it would be. If you want to go do a team show, two-man team show that is fun, Vulcan.
Yeah.
What a hoot.
Pretty cool.
We've been there a few times, drove all the way up. It was a pretty good run for us to get up there. A lot of fun. They don't have a ton of teams, but if you can get 4 or 5 teams to go, it would be a well of a show, and it is fun. It's a really Vulcan, Canada. It's in province of Alberta. It's pretty much straight up from here. I would highly recommend that one. But yeah, some cities, Arizona, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Sounds like Oregon, there's not a whole lot.
Oregon is not a whole lot. They have a few. They have a big one in Lakeview. They have one in like Tye Valley, but it's more of a, the same group of people all the time. They don't draw from anywhere else, and just kind of how it goes. It's kind of it was a dying sport, and it's kind of had a resurgence, and it's hard to get new people into it.
How are the cars? Are you able to get cars up there?
Yeah, I mean, you can still get Crown Vics pretty easy. I bought this Buick 10 years ago. It was the last car that I really have besides a Vic really laying around.
So the big old iron stuff's gone.
Yeah, I mean it's still out there, but
the prices are getting stupid.
Because you can buy something and sell it to a Midwest guy for more money than it really makes sense to build it.
Oh yeah. We used to have Stern Dirt. We built up to 100 old iron GMs. We had 100 of them. And then we looked at each other and said, this is sort of stupid. What do we need 100 old iron GMs for? Not very good thought process in ours. So we decided to start selling them off. People were giving us $1,000, and we're like, you'll give us $1,000 for that? Take it. I had a guy come and buy 10 wagons.
Everybody else got timed out. So now,
Taylor Sweet from Far West, Utah. And car number 8 is Darren Martinez.
we have the minis. Birdie's just chilling over there, being our third. Is that any good, bro? Is that any good? You having fun? Well, we're trying to talk to everybody, so you got to use your words, big guy. You having fun out here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Is this teamed also?
No, they thought that it was teams, but it's not teams. So
I was gonna say, look at the paint jobs. I'm not seeing teams. So
yeah, they were supposed to be, but they're not.
I always love seeing these little mini wagons.
Right. So in the youth cars, we even have a Volvo maybe, but we have Victor Cox from Magna, Utah, Nathan Sotolongo from Ogden, Utah, Taylor Sweet from Far West, Utah, Darren Marks, No Salt Lake, Utah, Dylan Wilcox from Sandy, Utah, Cash Bass Larson from Colville, Utah, Dylan Kruger from Colville, Utah, Eric Cox from Magna, Utah, Dakota Wright from Brigham, Utah, Brendan Carvin from Ogden, Utah, Taylon Whiting from Nephi, Utah, Ricky McMillan from Redmont, Utah, Boston Carroll from West Point, Utah, and Nathan Anderson from Garland, Utah. You got some friends out here, do you?
What's up?
You got some friends out in this one?
Yeah, Ricky McMillan's part of our team.
Oh, there you go.
So,
come on, Ricky, let's get this done.
He ran down in St. George and lost his starter, so he didn't fare too well. So hopefully he'll actually do pretty good on this one. I've noticed the mini guys kind of just stick with minis.
Yes.
Not too many of them jump into full size.
Yeah, they don't like to branch back and forth.
I talked to Ricky about it one time. He's like, you know, the next day you're not hurting after driving a mini.
Right.
Where full size, you're sore the next day.
See, but the minis, if he puts you in a good one, it gets a little aggressive too.
Yeah.
These cars have no problem getting with the program.
Yeah, he said though when they hit, it just spins you, so it's not near as the impact.
Right. Here we go with the mini. Big hit right off the bat from number 85, Dylan Wilcox. That looks like he's just going to let it eat as much as he can. And they're going to go after that Volvo wagon right away. I think that's a Volvo. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But they're just getting after it. Big
good hit.
That was a monster hit from your boy.
Yep.
He will feel that in the morning.
Oh, that front end lifted hard, it looks like, on that passenger side.
Yeah, what he did to 85 was big.
Hopefully he didn't take himself out, but he might have.
Oh, monster hit.
Ricky's trying to get going, but he's stuck. I don't know if he hit the berm there or what.
Oh,
They're
big.
stacking him in. There comes another one. Oh! That back end. That back end went down.
Hopefully that unicorn's got some dust because it's going to need us to get out of there.
Yeah. Ricky's up and going again.
Packing it in there.
This front end went high.
Went really high.
Now he needs to play it smart. They're going to pack him in there. Oh, he's getting out.
Now, big hit.
Good hit.
These little compact guys, they got no fear.
No.
This 88 wagon, I think all he has is forward, and he's just keeping her drove in there. Looks like we got a couple stuck over in the corner, not able to move very well.
Oh, here we go.
Big hit up against the wall.
Hard wall hit. Looks like we got 6 still just moving around. The other ones are packed in.
Yeah, we got.
Oh, Ricky stuck himself.
Yeah, looks like your boy, he's stuck on Cash Fast Larson over there. Got another guy coming up. They're really trying to give it its best to get this going. A lot of cars still moving.
These two are almost out, but they're probably out of time.
I don't know. Seems like they're all kind of wilting down now, getting hot. Oh. Mr. Anderson blew a radiator hose, and they're breaking him off right now. Oh, big hit. Going under, rolling over. And over he goes.
That X52 almost looks like he's got little, like, some little tiny tires on the rear.
He's got some really tiny ones. That'd be Dylan Kruger out of Colville.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the crowd loves that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good hit.
Well, Lonnie, while they're kind of doing this, we can kind of start. Lonnie Pacheco from Rollins, Wyoming, right?
That's correct. I'm the promoter for Rawtown Riot Demolition Derby there.
And that's a part of our point series, Stern Dirt Point Series.
That is correct. The drivers my local drivers had opted to vote the Stern Dirt rules in, and I decided that, with us doing that, to become part of the sponsor show.
There you go, and you've been up here with us for Mania
That's correct.
a few years and watching us and helping us and going from there.
I did come up here and drive with my son Nathan, and I'll tell you what, I had a blast.
It's a good time out here.
It is.
It's an amazing time. But now we're going, and it looks like the roll car, he goes automatically out. We have Boston Carroll, Baz Larson, Corwin, and the unicorn car. I don't quite know what number he is. All still moving good. We have some with sticks up. Making some good hits. Really this is a very large, awesome amount of compact cars that showed up, and they're always fun to watch.
Right, yeah, out of Rawlins, we actually got away from the compact cars. My first year running as the promoter, we ended up with like 5 or 6 compact cars.
And unfortunately, that's the way it is back home. They're trying to make a change and get more and more to show up, but it's just really hard to give them a class and throw a bunch of money at them when it's the same 3 cars that show up every time.
Right.
Or possibly 4.
So, and
here he goes. Fired back up, and he looks like Unicorn's going to get it. Nice hit.
He's having trouble with something, but he got fired, got a hit.
This be an unexpected big hit. He didn't even see it coming. Let's see who Boston might come and tee off on. Oh, a swing and a miss on both of them.
That thing about these little compact cars, they'll scoot, but...
Yes, and that's, it's really fun to watch the compacts when they're built to the best of their abilities, rather than a stock car that
here we go.
Boston Carroll on Kruger. Unicorn back there, he's still going. He got fired up, and he's trying to give it everything it's got to keep her going.
Inching along.
And then your boy McMillan, it seems that it takes him a while to get it started, but once he does, he lays a hit.
Yeah, he's struggling with something.
Yeah, it appears that we're down to Kruger, Boston, and I can't quite see the number on the unicorn car. I think it's Whiting is who it is.
Looks like he spins and stalls it out on the unicorn car.
Don't count them out yet. Inching away.
I think we're going pretty good.
Almost
Unicorn just can't quite make a hit. And now it seems to be a cat and mouse game between Kruger and Carroll.
No, Ricky's out.
Oh.
Got a hit.
There the unicorn car got a hit. They bet pretty good that time.
That was a good hit.
Good nose to
There you
nose
go.
hit.
Oh, he's off the ground at the front end. He's got him pinned in. Let him out.
I think Boston's car's heating up pretty good. He's having a struggling time to get it running. The unicorn is just doing everything he can to keep motivated.
He broke free. Not over yet.
Oh, that could have been some really good hit.
It looks like we're down to 2 cars now.
Looks like.
Well, the unicorn car still has his stick up. Good front on shot.
They're trying to point somebody out.
They're trying to get the unicorn to take his stick down. Oh, nice hit. They're just going to finish it out.
Touch them all the way. Good hit.
That was a big hit. Pushed it between the K rails, and that's always a hard hit to take.
That's the excellent NFL way to block.
Yes.
You hit them, you take them out.
Yep. You know what? I think the steam pack track, from what I can see, has made the most
He's gonna do it
difference.
again. He's going for it.
Here we go.
Oh,
that
just
buckled.
hurts those cars.
That buckled that front end.
Yeah, I think he's definitely messed up the training.
Here comes the track shot. Baby.
Oh, he's saying, come on. He's saying, give it
Hit
to
him.
him. Oh, they're such good hits. Boston Carroll doing what he does best and putting on a show at the end. He does a very good job of getting the crowd excited when he is there at the end.
You know, that's the thing, you know, people don't pay to come to watch us 40-foot around.
Yep.
You know, they want to see some action. They want to see the bit. They, of course, want to see cars rolling.
Right, 100%. You know, and it's really good when you run with such a good group of drivers. They keep it exciting, and they do exactly like he just did. They say, "Bring it on!" You know, it's just a car.
Yep.
You know, let me see what you got.
You know, and the thing I noticed is a lot of these drivers are like, you know, hit me. Come on, let's go.
Yep.
And they don't get upset about it. You know, there's a lot of camaraderie here. There's competition. But in the end run, every one of these drivers get out of the car and go shake hands with the next guy.
Yep.
And that's nice, you know. And that's something where, you know, everybody says they don't want to build a car to stir dirt and all this stuff. They need to sign up for Halloween Havoc. Get out here. I mean, there's literally 3 classes. There's like wire class, light weld, and heavy weld. That we look at your car. Gumby looks at your car and tells you where you're going to run.
Right.
So you can bring pretty much any rule set out here, and they'll put you where you're at. You might be a little under, you might be a little over. So it's a crapshoot of what you take, and you go from there. But it is so much fun to come out here and run.
Yeah, last year we brought some of the high school cars. I think they put us in the light build, which was running against 70s cars. And the students were still willing to do it.
Oh, yeah.
They just wanted to run the car. They didn't care who was against. I told them not to go nose-to-nose with some 70s cars, and they chose to do it anyways. And,
you know, and that's
running a
just
Vic pretty stock against the 70s car just ain't going to hold up nose-to-nose.
I mean, they will, and we're trying to get our rules to the point where metric Ford or 80s and newer Ford will compete with an old iron.
Yeah.
And I think we're pretty close to that. We're moving in the right direction. We allow Watts-Link conversions. You can cold bend your cars and stuff like that. So it's definitely making an effect, and things are happening there. So we're just trying to get there. Hey. Yeah, we're getting there. Now we have Gumby taking assistance from Johnny on how to micromanage everything that's going on. But yes, we have the Rollins, Wyoming show is on August 5th. We're still trying to figure out if Full Contact TV will be there. And you guys said, you know, we interrupted because we went right back into the Derby, but it's Rawtown Riot, August 5th, Rollins, Wyoming. And the pay is really good. Limited weld, $6,000, $3,500, $2,000, $750, and then $100. Bone stock's $4,500 to win bone stock, $2,500, $12,500, $100. And then you're going to try the half car racing out?
Yeah, that's correct. We have had the half car race. We've got about 6 cars that 6 to 8 cars that have gotten involved in the half car races. We've got a team out of Douglas, Wyoming to come down. Then we've got our Rawtown Riot sponsored car.
Right.
Which we utilize that car as a fundraiser for our Derby.
Mm-hmm.
And then during the course of that, I've got a couple other locals that have gotten interested in half car races, and you know, I think it's kind of starting to take off there in Rollins with the half car races.
What exactly is a half car race?
Well, the half car race is you pretty much. I mean, we'll take one of these mini car class or mini cars, for example. Cut it right in half. You can put turn your, what do you call them? Disc. Turn them upside down, make a frame in the rear to hold that rear end up.
Okay.
And you sit there and I generally let the drivers choose how many laps they want to run. If they want to run 10 laps, then what we'll do is we'll go, okay, we'll run five laps this direction. And then you've got to stop the car, get out, and then the passenger and driver have got to swap positions.
Okay.
Without touching the ground.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that's going to be, that makes it a lot of fun there.
So, and then once they do that, get buckled back in, then they race 5 laps the opposite direction.
So if they fall out, are they out?
No, they.
Or is there a time they have to sit there? Or?
We haven't had that yet. But that's a good point to bring up.
So like, is it like a 10-second penalty, or you have them sit there for a few minutes or a minute, and okay, now you can go again.
Yeah, that's something I'll have to think about, but we haven't had anybody fall off the car.
Yeah, I was going to say, at that point in time, they're rushing and they're holding on for dear life.
Yeah,
they get pretty excited.
They keep it pretty good. Now, do you think that making the decision, Lonnie, to go to a different set of rules than Wyoming's?
Well, to be honest with you there, Will, I took over as promoter in 2021, my last year driving, 2020, year of COVID. And over the years, it got to the point where, what can I do to bring cars in?
Right.
What can I do to put on a show for my people of Rollins? A little bit about that there, Will, is Rollins, the Demolition Derby pretty much shut down my town.
Right.
Yeah.
And Saturday afternoon, my fairgrounds is the only show that is packed, standing room only.
Right.
During the entire fair week. And I take a lot of pride in that. And, I've got a handful of local drivers that come down and put on a show for the crowd. The crowd loves them, but I've got to step it up.
Right. You've got to do something to put yourself on the map, and I think that's what you're doing with the point series, and hopefully everybody out there can understand and maybe bring some cars in. The Stern Dirt Point Series is really a pretty wicked thing. They give away motors and money, and I mean, just the amount of things that you can do, and they allow it to where if you don't live in Utah, you don't have to come out here 10 times.
Exactly. Take Nebraska, South Dakota, for example. Mm-hmm. Rollins, we're halfway in between the two states. I mean, we're dead smack right in the middle of Interstate 80.
Right.
Take a weekend, come down and visit us. Something else that is not on there. So for our Mad Dog for Stern Dirt, is $2,500.
Right.
Mad Dog for Bone Stock is $1,500. So what I did last year is we had Rollins rules, which was almost to Stern Dirt, but we're not quite there.
Right.
So at the end of the year, in November, I decided to, hey, let's get everybody together and let's see what direction we want to go.
Right.
And all the drivers voted go to Stern Dirt. We've got a handful of locals that come here to the Stern Dirt shows from Rollins.
Yep. Oh, a lot of Wyoming guys support Stern Dirt big time.
Exactly.
Now, is there any way you can work, or do you work at all with like the Sweetwater Smash and Bash? Have you guys thought about maybe just those two, maybe making something if you came to both shows, or are you guys close enough to work like that?
Yeah, between Rock Springs and Rollins, there's only an hour and a half difference between two cities.
Right.
I haven't talked much with Kara, but I am open for anything. What can we do to make both shows succeed?
Right, and if that's something that you can do, and that's all promoters. Years ago, it was such a big deal, stealing drivers from shows and trying to be the main promoter. Now, where the Derby world's leading to, really, a lot of them need to work together and see if we can't help everything.
Right.
Yeah, this wagon here.
The rear tire's off the ground.
Yeah, he took a beat.
That frame tweaked hard.
But yeah, it's no longer trying to, figure out how you can steal everybody. We need to make sure every show is getting as many as you can possibly get. Tyler Martin, no, they did not. Rollins did not go to stock rules. They went to Stern Dirt Limited Weld rules, which I think is a good set of rules. It's pretty level. I mean, we've seen tonight mainly. I wouldn't say that any of the pre-red cars dominated over the fresh cars.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
which is
pretty
rather
fair.
surprising.
Yes.
I come down here, this is a new set of rules for us. So as being a promoter, I feel that I need to understand the rules.
Right.
My whole thing as being a driver is you've got to be fair and biased with everybody. It doesn't matter if it's your best friend or if it's your brother or who it is, but you've got to be fair and equal across the board.
Yes, and it has to be optically fair, just like, Larry and my family comes out to Stern Dirt runs. Larry comes out and runs, and I have friends that run, and my nephew's running. And optically, Stern Dirt has chosen that I don't need to tech Larry's cars, which is fine. I want them to tech them as hard as possible, but at the same time, at my shows back home, I don't back off. Larry knows, and it's one of those deals where it's such a tight-knit family out here and even back home that it's your reputation. There's no way you're going to let your son Nathan come into a show, loaded to the max and go, because at the end of the day, it's crazy. You have to make sure everybody's straight across the board, or you're just wasting your time.
And that's where you're in the respect of the drivers.
Yep. Well, it puts on a better show.
Right.
If the cars are across the board, it puts on a lot better show than having an overbuilt car against a fairly stock car.
Right.
Well, it's going to be a lot better when the cars are just sitting there banging it out, and then a car comes in, smashes the car, and it's over.
Yes.
The crowd's going to enjoy it better. The drivers are going to enjoy it better. It's across the board. It's going to be a lot better show.
And then you guys are also having, it's something that's crazy. Stern Dirt has it all the time, but we don't have it back home. Your bone stock pays $4,500.
Right.
Now, compared to, what's around you, near you, away from you, what do your bone stocks consist of? Like, what do they get, and what is an absolute no?
So pretty much what the bone stock is anybody can build a car, and back in old school days, basically. Get a car the weekend before, knock the windows out, weld up the driver's door, chain up the trunk, chain up the passenger doors, and bring the car to town.
So your bone stock, like my bone stock, is probably more. I allow, if you want to put a Chevy in a Ford, I don't care. You get a lower cradle, but there's so many things I just switched this year, but let's even talk about last year. You can weld your seams down on your bumpers, slider drive shaft, I don't care. You want to put gears in the rear end, that's fine, but it needs to be cast axles. That was last year's rules. I think we had no bell housing changes last year. You can have your pedals, cable shifter. You get all the gratuities of a big show car, but the car itself is not. You could hard nose with a 4-inch bracket last year. Now this year I switched over to Colorado rules with Justin Lennox, Lutz or Lutz, and it's bumper to bracket to frame like we used to have to do in the late 90s.
Right.
And you do get a slider drive shaft I allow. They allow a top skeleton transmission brace, and I think that's too far for me, in my opinion. Doesn't belong on a bone stock. You get a pinion brake, drive line, brake. I mean, a few more things than you probably give, but.
Yeah, see, we don't allow any of that.
That's,
it's plain and simple. If you want to pull out your stock shifter linkage, then we'll allow you to go to the old sucker rod style.
Right, so rod shifter.
Shifter.
That never fails your rod. So your bone stock, for what I'm looking at, is more like a wire car class.
Pretty close.
But now, do you allow them, if it's a Ford, can I stick a 289 in it with 302 duration cam and 4-barrel and?
The cars nowadays are so. I mean, back in the day, we used to be able to pick up a running car, drive it home for $200.
Yep.
Now with the advancements of technology and internet and all this, you're lucky you get a rolling car, a rolling chassis for $500.
Correct.
So no bumper, no motor. So it's like, you know what? What can we do to get these guys to build a car? So we have Johnny over here has a Chevy motor that'll go into the Ford. Put it in. Bring it. Let's put on a show for the people.
Now, when you say that, are they allowed to lower cradle, or are they supposed to get engineeringly happy and make it work?
No lower cradle, but we do allow.
You allow the motor mount that just transfers over.
Right.
Okay.
So if they bring in a motor that's too big, they will allow them to weld to the cross member only.
Right.
Nothing to the frame.
Okay. And that's a good set of rules for the bone stock wire cars. And it just doesn't work some places, but it sounds like it works up by you guys.
Right.
And it definitely works here. You know, in Utah, there's the per capita of drivers is so much more. That's why, you know, it's so funny. You go back home to Nebraska, oh man, why can't we have shows like that? I don't have a venue that fits 4,500 people that looks like this.
Right.
If I did, we would. You know, there would be people to back it. But, you know, when your local grandstand fits 1,800 people, the amount that we would have to charge you to have a venue or have an event like this, you wouldn't come.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be
They
so expensive.
won't pay for it to show up.
Right. And, you know, and then we have Darwin McReynolds here on Facebook. I'll build you a car anytime. If you got the money, I'll build you a car to any rules you want. And I'll do the best I can, and it'll be the best car I can possibly build. Right. And that's just throwing me out there. But he asked the question that everybody asks also. Why can't we have a set of rules for the entire United States? Well, I can answer that one question because we're all human.
Exactly. Yep.
I mean, I feel that you don't lose that. I feel that there's certain things that I like that you don't like, Lonnie, and there's certain things that you like that I'm not going to like.
Right.
And that's, at the end of the day, you still want something to be yours. No matter how much you're doing it for the community or for the people, you want the respect, you want everything else, and you want people to say exactly what we're talking about. I want to go to Lonnie's show. Lonnie does this. I love this. This is how it's going to go. I'm not going to go to Will's show because, he allows all that crap, you know. So
and that's one of my goals when I took over is I want the Raw Town Riot, the Raw in Wyoming show to be the premier show of Wyoming.
Right.
And so, you know, my first year we played around with mini cars, bone stock, and limited weld. Last year we played with another class called Bighorn Basin out of Wyoming. They run a lot of northern shows. We kept the bone stock and we kept the limited weld. But I couldn't draw the drivers in from Bighorn Basin.
And I feel you there 100%, and that's what a lot of people, I hope, are listening to this. I hope there's so many people listening to this and they get it. You know, I want to have a set of rules that Tyson Shelley, Derek Shelley, TJ McPhee, Jeremy McPherson, you know, Rowdy and Dave Burns. I want to have that show they all come to, you know, and look at all these calls, and I'm sure you do too, and I know that Johnny does. Well, if you guys would allow this, I'd come. Or if you do this, I'd come. So we do that. We give you similar to what you want, and it's crickets when it comes day of the show. Yep. And it does nothing but hurt us because we took a lot of money based on what we thought a lot of drivers wanted,
right? And
it ended up flopping for us. Then you get the guys that are all like, well, I know it doesn't say this, but can I do this? Can I do that? No, I would rather, and I'm sure you feel the same way, and I know for a fact that Johnny does. That's why I fly out here, and Dale flies out here, and we all work amazingly together. I would rather flop at a show that was fair than succeed at a show that was set up.
Which is a big part of the reason why I dropped 3 classes. And, well, I dropped that 3rd class and went to bone stock and limited weld, turned dirt and limited weld. That was voted on by my drivers, as I mentioned before. And then the half car races are still kind of popular. You know, I'm still bringing people in. You know, it's a filler heat. You know, give my drivers time to work on their cars.
Yeah.
You know, kind of. So the way we start that is the half cars will start out the show. We'll kind of get the crowd pumped up, and then we'll go into the derby.
Right.
And then we'll do another half car race before the main event to kind of give the drivers a little extra time to do what they need to do to get ready for the main event. So
that's not east.
And that's another thing that we're running into also is I'm not saying that the drivers are getting lazier, but I will say the cars are so hard when they do bend. It takes so much more to fix them, and they're so expensive. So you might not want to just throw together that $5,000 wagon as quick as you can in an hour and go out there and fully junk it. When you could take it home, frame machine, jaws alive, chain binders, whatever it is that you do, freaking trees and heavy equipment.
Right.
And you can fix it correctly. And that's the hard thing. That's what makes like the wire class and the old hobo class that we ran, that's what made it funner. Because the cars work so hard, you could bend them with anything. I mean, you could bend them with chains and 2 jacks. You could bend them back down and, no plates back then. So that really limited how much you could fix because it had to be spaghetti welded. You couldn't just throw a 4x6 surface plate on there and cover in 5 minutes what you would have done years ago in an hour with your spaghetti welding.
I drove for 25, 26, 27 years. And over the course of the years, it went from, starting out, getting a car the week before, knocking the windows out and doing some welding and going to drive next weekend.
Right.
To now, in order to be competitive, you got to start months ahead of time.
Right. You either have to start months ahead of time or you have to have a very good system where everything's going. Like me and a good friend of mine and some other friends, Brandon Grafton, his name, Brady Grafton, and Brandon had become friends in the last year, and we built Brandon a car in 9 days, from body off the frame to him driving it on his trailer. Pretty much done in 9 days. But that's nonstop. That's 3 o'clock in the morning. That's pipes already cut to what you needed. That's a general consensus of everything you're going to do. Now, for the guys that want to branch out and come out here to like, say, Nephi, which is a completely different set of rules than Stir and Dirt, you're not doing that in 9 days.
No.
You're going to have to put your time. And even a Stir and Dirt car to build a good one, unless you really got figured out what you're doing, to be super competitive, you're going to have to start. Oh, yeah, you're going to have to start.
Make some noise for Caleb!
And the amount of money that it takes, that's why I think that wire cars and boat stocks are going to come back. But you get all these guys that talk about it and then they never do it. If they would just apply themselves and do it, we could bring this back.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a circle of life. Derby World always goes light to heavy, 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 and then, oh my goodness, why do we even allow this to run to back to somewhat of a bone stock? And I mean, at least that's how it is around us. I don't know if that's how it is in Wyoming. And like, you're really getting started into this stuff, and that's what your guys are going to run into is they're going to be like, well, we just ran the show last year, and this is the car we built. And the promoter's going to look at you and be like, sorry, they wanted this.
Right. So, it kind of seems like COVID really did a lot of damage to the Derby nation.
Yeah, it's.
Well, I think a lot.
At least they're going to lock us up, I think. Jake, are they going to lock us up? Are they going to lock us up for copyright? So I think we're good. COVID definitely did it made a huge impact, especially where I'm from, because Nebraska had some rules that changed up and affected a lot of stuff. So a lot of guys were selling out. And, the younger guys that you drew in, they're meeting women that they fall in love with and they're having families. And this isn't like it used to be. Most people don't have, 10 grand to throw into it and go on.
And then, COVID, all you can do is work.
Yeah.
So, you couldn't go play. You couldn't do this. You couldn't do that. So, therefore, people were building up, saving their money and, buying toys.
Yeah. Or you went broke because you couldn't work.
Right.
Because your job was affected so highly by it. That's like for me, I worked in the oil field, been in it for over 20 years. And I worked as a DST tester, which I'm not going to go into what it is. But either way, I managed the Nebraska side of DST testing. And it died with COVID. Like they kept me on as long as they could, and I appreciated it. But one day they're just like, hey, well, we just don't have the work. They went from, doing your job 17 times for a well down to 3. And then after that's when I decided I was just going to start building cars. Right? And don't get me wrong, that wouldn't have worked either. I have so many people that I need to thank for pushing me and supporting me. And, there's Robbie Haynes is one that supports me. crazy like. Shane Waldy, who he was out here for Halloween Havoc, probably my biggest supporter. I think he wouldn't even be derbying if it wasn't for me and his friendship. He just knows, he sees that I'm passionate about this. He's my best friend, so in turn he's passionate. So we go on and do that. 9 teams are supposed to be out here. We have 2 full teams and 4 separates. So we have 6 teams out of the 9. 6 teams out of 9, and only 2 teams brought full sets out here. So who's it gonna be? I still think I would not shy this off. I still think this is gonna be pretty amazing. Because now it's one of those it's bold move, Cotton. We'll see how it plans out. You've got to leave it all out there.
Yep. You want to advance.
Right. So here we go. The other side has somebody in his sides. Oh. That ties into Larry.
Oh, here we go. Ooh.
Big hit by Logan Walsh into 118 Levi Hand. Oh. Larry's got the Suey and spins him around a good one. Reed backs into Logan Walsh. Oh, man.
That was a good one.
Corday just piled. Oh, big hit.
Right into the wall.
Piling him in.
Larry and Reed are going to work together here, and they're going to work. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that
Larry
bent that
just
front
bellied
end.
that wagon out in 2 hits.
Looks like they both did.
Well, see, Johnny told Larry he wanted to see that thing move, so I think that's what he's doing. And then
up over.
Up over the burn. There you go, up over. And it is over if nobody else does anything.
Oh, he's definitely bellying it up.
Yeah.
That front end's going high.
I don't think they're reading.
Where's he going? Where's he going now?
I think they know that they're done. I don't know.
That could be it.
They only taking 1 team, or?
I thought they were taking 2, but maybe they're only taking 1. I'm not sure.
Because neither one of them letting up.
We got a leveler up on the wall, 2 Steinbecks, and 1 leveler runner, right?
I don't know for sure what they're doing. I think they need to I think they're taking 2, so I'm not sure. I don't think Larry has any gears.
He's hiding.
I think Larry's transmission is toast or broken or something.
Good hit.
Nice hit, Reed. They must be. Oh, yeah, it's over. They were taking 2 teams. I don't understand what the aggressiveness was there for.
It's all about the crowd. It's all about the crowd.
Well, they put on a show.
That was pretty. I don't understand, but that was awesome, guys.
And the guys that didn't come to play, the Steinbeck boys. So going 56, 66.
That's my brother. He likes to throw the helmet. He's really good at that.
26 and 32, Jason Heffler, Logan Walsh, Reed Steinbeck, and Larry Steinbeck. Moving on to the main event.
You know, but and really, whatever, let it hang. It is what it is.
Yep, stay in there, and there you go. Like I said earlier, it doesn't matter what the competition is. You come out there and you shake hands with everybody.
Yeah, did a great job. Yeah, a lot of fun.
And remember, we're trying to raise some money for the Weaver County Police Canine Unit.
Well, the people that we're watching on full contact TV had to have enjoyed that.
Oh yeah.
Right. So has there been much response on where they're watching from?
I see it. There's a lot of Wyoming guys watching. I did read up.
Wyoming, I love it. 307, maybe.
Nobody is really. So if you guys are watching, throw out there where you're from. Let's see how many states we got covered here.
So, but yeah, one of the things that I've kind of ran into a wall the last couple of years is getting the youth class going to Rollins.
You know, and I struggle with the same thing, trying to get a youth class going and all that. But it'll come around. People are going to want to get their stuff involved, get their kids involved, get their family involved, maybe get somebody else's kids, just try to help out. Looks like we got Ohio, Indiana, California, Nebraska, good old host B from Nebraska, California, Leon Johnson from Illinois, we got Brent Carfield from McCook, enjoying this big show.
So yeah, I've really been running into a big wall with the youth class. For some reason, they won't allow it. But yet, on the other hand, when I started driving back in, what was it, 86? My dad signed the waiver and says, "Hey, I authorized my son driving demo derby."
Yep. Well, that's like when Larry's first run, he was 14, I think, 13, 14, 15, and he had to lie to him and say that he was 16, said that he just lost his license, so he didn't have it on him, and go from there.
Well, it's like Nathan, I think he was 17 when he first drove.
Right.
He's bigger than me. And I'm a 6
Yeah,
foot
oh,
guy,
yeah.
and
Nathan walks up to people, and he's going to make you look small. And we got California, 45 minutes from Doug Emery, North Central Kansas from Mr. Paxton,
right on.
Amity, Pennsylvania. Oh, and of course, it kicks me off. I don't know why it keeps doing this, so I have to go back to see the comments.
So, but yeah, we snuck him in.
And then I got my...
Yeah, so we actually run a nonprofit youth program, and we donate cars to high schools. They go in and teach them how to build derby cars. Then at the end of the year, they get to compete against each other.
Oh, really?
So it's just a program that we started here locally, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the things that was brought up to me during my last volunteer meeting here a couple weeks ago, to get the high school auto program involved in it.
Our biggest fight that we've seen is the school districts are worried for safety.
Really? Well, the thing about it, with me being in the middle of summer, out of school.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, we fight with school districts on a daily because they think it's such a horrible sport and everybody's going to go out and get hurt.
Yeah,
and
but yet, on the other hand, you got some of the county fairs that allow mutton busting, or better yet, wild pony races.
Yep.
Where you got 10, 11, 12-year-olds trying to jump on a wild pony?
Yeah. Yeah, we took the kids to 3 different shows last year, and not a single injury.
Right.
I think our biggest injury is one of the students cut his knee open because he's wearing shorts getting in and out of the car working on it. He wasn't even in the derby.
I suppose you have to watch that stuff so much more than the rest. I know. We got Hayfork, California, Colorado, and Mr. Thomas T2 in Beaver City, Nebraska. Everybody knows where that's at. And then we got Darwin McReynolds is from Sylvan Grove. That's a small town. I went and watched Sylvan Grove's first derby that I went to watch last year, and it was pretty cool. As soon as you go in, if you get a pit pass, they give you a T-shirt. It's a little town, really nice and tidy. It was a fun show to watch. And I know I got 2 guys, Brady and Tyler, they're sitting in my shop. I have a 65-inch screen for my computer so I can do my stuff on, and I know they're chilling back home watching that. We got McMullins from Rollins, Wyoming, Ortiz, Colorado, Doc Holiday's in South Indiana, I think is what it said.
So we just barely got through announcing we're doing a show in Elko, Nevada.
Yep.
We just barely announced that. They haven't had one in like 10 years.
Oh, wow.
We weren't even planning on doing it. We just had somebody hit us up.
Elko, Nevada used to have a pretty big derby, right?
They had one years ago.
Like years ago?
Yeah. So their last one was about 10 years ago, from what I've gathered.
Right.
Everybody I talked to is about 10 years ago. And everybody's like, no, the fair board won't go for it. And we're like, might as well hit them up. We've never done it before, but if we get a chance, might as well try and get derby going out there and build the derby community back up,
Right.
And they end up hitting us up. And they're like, yeah, let's go ahead and do this out here. So we're excited to have that one starting up and try and get.
I think there was a big
get
derby
that
in
area
Elko
up there.
years ago, but I can't remember. Somebody's got a burn up motor. Do you guys smell it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah. You smell that burn oil.
Oh, that's horrible. And then we got the Bearded Batman, one of the most famous people ever to step on the stage of Stir and Dirt. He's watching from Douglas, Wyoming. And Vito's from about 12 minutes away, I guess.
Bearded Batman, huh?
Yeah, the
Douglas,
Bearded-
Wyoming, Casey Johnson.
Yeah, that's my Casey Johnson. Someday if I work hard, I'll be as famous as him.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to man up and bring a car to my show.
Oh, you think he can run with those heavy hitters up there?
I don't know.
And then I got my favorite fireman. They're watching at Station 2, Brad Lara with his guys. I appreciate their support out here.
Yeah, right on.
But Elko, I'm going to have to look that up. For some reason, I thought that there used to be a big derby there. Something is familiar with Elko, Nevada.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a small town, not much around, and
right.
We're kind of struggling with the build rolls because we want to keep it a lighter build.
Right.
But you also want to have the 70s cars in there because out there, that's what a lot of people still have sitting in their yard.
Right.
So it's kind of a fine line. How do you do a lighter build to where you can allow 90s cars and still have the 70s in there and not have the 70s complete dominate it?
See, but they've been doing it out here too, and yes, it takes a lot to get the 80 and 90 model cars to run with the old iron GMs. And I don't know how or what rules would be a good one, but you're just gonna have to,
We're going to be adjusting
yeah, you're
constantly.
You're gonna have to do it and shoot. And but that's the thing. I know that you say you want to keep adjusting it. Find one set of rules that you feel, and even ask around. Don't so much, ask anybody. Ask Johnny.
Yep.
Reach out to Lonnie. Now that you've met Lonnie, you can talk with him about stuff, and figure out what rules are good, and don't change them constantly, because I've found out that that's what
it kills the show.
The drivers cry about a lot. Oh
Yep.
man, we switched rules, and in Nebraska did. We had nice unified rules, but going back to this other gentleman's question, why can't we all have unified? Well, we were only 3 or 4 or 5 promoters in Nebraska. We couldn't get along. I mean, because each promoter, like I said, is human. They just want something different. They want something that changes their show from the rest. And now we have the youth wire class coming in.
Yeah, the way we're looking at it out there is if these guys haven't built cars in 10 years, we got to bring the scene back, build it back up, and get everything going there again.
Well, maybe start out with the basics.
Yeah, and we're trying to keep the builds really light all the way across the board so we can also bring in the youth, get the youth coming in so we can continue it out there, not just have the older guys continue it on. We need to bring the youth in and bring the show back.
Right. That's the thing about the youth is, it gives these kids the basics of life.
Yep.
How to change tires, how to work on a car. Give them something to do during the summertime or during the wintertime instead of out running around creating discontent. So, the youth class is, to me, is a valuable point of life lesson.
And it's a good way to instill responsibility and, trust and motivation, because your cars are only going to be as good as how motivated you are, because your parents are eventually going to stop. We'll take just a quick break and we'll run them down. We got Cole Duros of Riverton, Utah. Abigail Holt running an amazingly beautiful black and green box Ford out of Oakdale, California. Hunter Johnson, heavy hitter out of Rawlins, Wyoming. I think this is, I don't know if that's Jared or Tara Johnson. I know out of
Jared Johnson,
Saratoga, Wyoming. Brooks McDermott out of Delta, Utah. Carter Wolf out of Rollins, heavy hitter there too. Hunter Wolf, heavy hitters. Roxy Burns is here. She can.
I think Hunter's won a Mad Dog here.
Yeah, she can lay down. I'm pretty sure Roxy did too, or I can't remember what it was. And then we have Josh Garrett, Wyatt Hansen, Braxton Anderson, and L. Lazenby, which they just, I guess they forgot to write down where they were from.
Yes, there's a lot of Wyoming in this one.
Yeah.
A lot of youth Wyoming.
Nothing like repping that 307.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah, these guys are.
Wow, this 06 has a hefty cage on that one.
This is that Abigail Holt. Her dad built that car. The cage in that wire class car outshines 80% of the limited well cars.
I'm looking at that. I'm like, that's a beautiful cage.
It's definitely a piece of artwork. You know, the Wolves and the Johnsons, they're running, looks like a four-door Caprice and a Caprice wagon or a Roadmaster wagon. They are going to be all about, laying it down and getting heavy hitter and stuff like that. Or the Mad Dog.
Yeah, this is what, his third or fourth show for Hunter?
Yes. Yeah, and he always gets into it hard.
I've noticed a lot of them are cutting out that rear inner wheel well.
Just trying to get it to pack as fast as they can. Like, I'm not necessarily sold on it, but if it seems to work for them, it seems to work. There's
I hadn't really noticed it until this show, and I was like, that's interesting. And to be interested to see how well it buckles up into there.
I'm pretty sure that this 77 car with the cop lights on it is what won Wire Madness Youth last year. And it might not even have been the youth, but I know he won Wire Madness last year. And now, these are going to sound amazing too, and the hits are just great.
This is bringing it back old school here.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, right
tire
off the
off.
back. There goes the wheel. Immediately. Red flag.
I think it's off to the side jump. They're going to let it go.
I don't know. They hit it so hard, it snapped the hub and it popped the whole center out of the.
Wow. That was a good hit.
Great hit. All these are good hits. You guys are trying to work together and go from there.
They're really going after that 77.
Yeah, and I think that's, I'm not going to lie, 77 didn't really get after it when he went to wire. Good hit.
That was good tire shot on that
by
one.
Colton. He went right into Hunter Johnson, right into the front tire. And that's.
Ooh. So see if Hunter breaks away from it. Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah, he's got backed away.
There they go. 77's out.
So far, it looks to me like lots of little things have happened and taking people out.
Oh, the pack's been good up there.
Yeah, it looks like
there we go.
Look, we have both Johnsons tied up into each other, and then Abigail Holt. Now she's got her running and she's going.
That pink town car is looking pretty good.
Yeah, Hunter's been going. That is Roxy Guns. Roxy Burns. She's always pretty big into laying down the hits. And this 04 is just all over 77.
Yeah.
Not allowing any breaks at all there.
Might be a grudge from Wired Madness. Oh, that was a good hit over there.
And see, that
back end dropped hard.
And that would be Colton. He actually won one of the I think he won the youth wire class at Wire Madness also. Young kid, great kid, works hard.
Good hit there. There's a couple
radiator blow. They have laid over the front tire really hard on Hunter's car.
Oh, he shut it down. I didn't think he was going to make it. Oh, here we go. Reverse hit.
Here we go. It's going to be a good one.
Woo.
Big
Almost
hit.
had him.
Nice hit.
Oh, that was a good shot right there. Popped that front tire. Oh, yeah, that snapped up.
Yeah.
We got number 15 over here trying to get out of the little hole there he got himself into.
Yeah, that would be, I don't know how to say it. That's the Johnson, yeah. a sister, I'm pretty sure is who that is.
Look like having steering issues.
Yeah.
Got that strong arm steering going on there.
And every time she goes back.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a full radiator.
Oh. Colton is definitely the mad dog.
Yeah, the crowd loves that.
That 333 is just laying him down.
She get herself stuck in there.
Roxy's making it rain over there. Oh, it's going to help her out a little bit. Oh, not enough.
There she goes.
Oh, right. Oh.
Yeah, you got it shut down in time.
Let off or you're going to get yourself stuck. Big hit from Colton. Yeah, just laying the hits down.
That's what derbying's all about. Go out there and have
That
fun.
was a full-size car.
Yeah.
Turned it into a mini real quick.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. Oh, that back end buckled.
Big hit.
Oh, Wyoming got out of that one.
There goes Hunter.
I think he may be having steering issues.
Oh, nose up there.
Big hit.
I think they're looking at Jerry. He's out.
They're not lighting up, any of them.
Yep. There goes Jared Johnson. He's out.
Yeah.
We got Hunter Johnson.
Surprised that wagon hasn't been hit more than it has been. Been avoiding them pretty good.
He's paying really close attention to the 77 car.
Yeah.
Well, you know, his dad is
running.
Jeremiah Johnson.
And he's running such a big tire up front. That's killing him. It's stopping that tire every time he goes to turn. It's pushed back just enough. It's just crazy.
Yeah, Jeremiah Johnson.
Oh, that was a good hit up there.
Yeah.
One of our good drivers there in Rollins. Comes up.
That Roxy's cars holds up pretty good. That front end's pretty solid.
And there's so many drivers that complain about not having headers, but you can actually hear these cars crunch, bend, get destroyed. It's awesome. Oh, Roxy put herself right in position to get hit.
Oh, here they go. They're going to stack them in.
Here we go.
Nope, turned out of it.
77, Hauser's, he's got to make a hit.
Oh, that front tire on Roxy's laid over pretty good.
Yeah, really good.
He's driving through it, though. Those old square bodies, I love those ones.
Oh, yeah. Square body Lincolns. And
they're just fun cars.
Fords are amazing.
'77's got something spraying out of the hood.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what that is. I hope that's not fuel coming out of the
Looks like every time he's cranking it, it's spraying out. Oh, good hit.
Big hit. Big hit. Oh, another big hit. Come up. Right behind. Good job.
Oh, here we go. Laying them in. That 04 has done some good hits.
Yes.
Doesn't have much of a back end left, but if 77 can make a hit, he might have it.
Well, and that's just it. That's no offense to the kid at all, but that's what he did at Wire Madness too. He just didn't hit anything, and he come out on top, which is good. That's a strategy that you can use, and it's great. But
yeah, we got an orange flag waving over there.
Oh, we must have fire. We must have something going on down there.
She hurt? Looks like they're getting her out of there. They're looking at fire.
Pulling Roxy out.
She's okay over there.
Who's trying to go?
77's trying to keep is struggling keeping it running. So now that he's got it running, he's just got her wound for sound. So that way, when this is over, he can tear off and make a hit.
Right. So now that they stop the show, everybody's time restarts.
Everybody's time restarts. now, so the wagon's time restarts. He's not clocked out. He's not timed out. So I'm not sure exactly who this is going to reset the clock for, but it's everyone. So everyone that has their stick up is still in.
They could change his whole heat big time.
I don't know what she must have got laid into the wall pretty good, and her mom is over there right now.
Yeah, don't be telling them that. I mean, I'm trying to get the use.
Well, let's just say we build these cars as safe as possible. I'm sure that she's okay.
Right. Yep.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're 14 years old or 40. You get laid into the wall like that, and it hurts.
Oh,
you know, Rob Lang, no more than 50 feet from there, took one of the hardest wall hits we've seen in a long time just last year in Mania.
Oh,
Jeremy Shields hit him at 50 miles an hour.
That was a
Rob
bad
was
hit.
his wall.
Yeah, he went out on that one.
Yes.
He hit that wall and went out.
Yeah. Rob was done. He was like,
But if you watch a video, when Jeremy Shields hit him, his front end went in the air, and the other guy's back end went in the air.
Yes.
Both cars went up in the air and then hit the wall.
Wow.
It was a hard hit.
It was pretty wild.
Yeah, the thing about the youth is every one of the officials is really focused on the youth driver.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You know, so as well as the parents, I believe the fathers are down there.
Yep. They're all down there in the entryway. Like right now, I could see that Dave Burns is inside the car. His wife is right there. Rowdy was over there. We have all the Stern Dirt officials who are right there making sure that she's okay.
Right. So, so if the parents notice anything different with their kid, they do have the authorization to shut the show down, correct?
100%. Yes. If they can clearly see that something is wrong, yes, by all means. At the end of the day, this is Derby.
Right.
This isn't the end of the world. Something's wrong with your kid, stop it. I mean,
yeah, let's regroup and go for the next
yes,
show.
100%. So she's still going to go. She just put her car in drive.
Oh, good.
I think just like you just said, they may have seen something that was just a little bit off.
All right, guys, let's give these drivers a big round of applause in the youth class. We're going to show out there. Let's count them out one more time.
There we go. There's the crowd.
Hit 'em up.
So Roxy is okay. She's got her car. I mean, it's moving, so. The old wagon is going. And
77's trying to limp through it. There
Roxy
she comes.
is out.
There we go.
Now let's see how she drives, see if she gets after it.
Right.
She might need some revenge after that one.
Yeah. You can see from the side of Roxy's car, she took a big hit.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what it's about. And, you know, all the Burns, it's not just Roxy, the mom and Dave and Rowdy, they're all amazing people, and they are here to put on a show.
Right.
So,
Shut them down, shut them down, shut them down.
what's that, babe?
Who hit the lights?
Where?
Are we still rolling? Scoot. Let's start it back up real quick, guys. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think it's the wagon. I think they're seeing.
I don't know if it's a exhaust coming down there and throwing flames out there to see him or not.
And that could be. You know, hats off to 04.
I was going to say, he's looking rough, but he's still going.
And that's Hunter Wolf. You know, his dad is an amazing.
I think that was a revenge hit over there for Rocky.
Heavy
Roxy.
driver, yeah, and everything.
Trying to help him out, might have stuck yourself in the hole.
Hunter needs to play it smart here. He may have.
Right.
Oh, Roxy is out.
There's Roxy.
And so is
Hit him.
Abigail Holt.
No, I'm like she's still in.
You know, Abigail Holt's car is so straight up front. And 77, I mean, I think it's been several minutes since he's hit anything.
Right.
But with she's not giving up over there. Roxy does not care about winning. She's giving paybacks and
I'm
going
surprised
that way.
that front end's holding up.
Yeah.
She's done some good hits, and it's holding solid.
See if they can work together. There you go. Some things they got to learn. As a driver, you learn when you're stuck, you'll actually work together.
Oh, here we go. Nope.
Oh,
wrong car.
I don't think he cared. I think he just wanted to.
He didn't want to
And
take
now you
that
can
hit.
see he did a lot of damage. I think you can hear the fan actually. And this, if they're not careful, they're going to give it to the 77 car.
Yep.
And in no way am I saying anything bad about the 77 car. I'm just saying he doesn't hit much out there.
Right.
Seems like a lot of stalling and starting and that round. Roxy is moving back and forth down there. I don't know if they're considering that a hit for her or not. Oh, she is definitely.
Broke free.
She's got it going.
What do we
The
got
starter.
Shut him down, shut him down. Shut him down.
Who's on fire?
It's the wagon. I think that the starter is stuck on it and is just throwing sparks. If you see it, it keeps throwing. I think the starter's stuck engaged and it's just nonstop throwing the sparks out.
I don't know if you remember Wired Madness last year. One of our students got hit and they had to go out there and shut it down.
Yeah.
What happened was the front end bent, broke the starter off, and the positive post hit frame and started arcing out the battery.
Oh, yeah, that would do her. It appears to me they made 77 break his stick.
Oh, did they?
Yep, they just made him break it.
It'll come down to Hunter Wolf.
Oh, somebody found something hot.
Yeah. Hot fingers.
Yeah. So it'll be Hunter Wolf, Roxy Burns, and Abigail Holt.
Yep.
And there's still a lot of amazing cars. Karina Wolf's car, she was the one that took that very first hit, knocked the back tire off. That car will be back in Utah, guaranteed, and it will.
Oh, yeah.
She will be, taking care of business with it. I don't know. It looks like the Fafo 40 car looks like he finally got out. So yeah, it will be 3 cars.
One more time in 3, 2, 1.
Will they start? Yeah, they are all
Roxy's
going.
trained, too. That 04 is giving some good hits, and he keeps it going.
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to have to play smart. I mean, here he is, nothing against it, but here you are, 2 ladies versus 1 guy.
Yeah.
The ladies want to put on a show.
Yes.
Oh, good hit.
Good hit.
So we have Wyoming versus California.
Did that shut him down, or? He ain't got a whole lot of front left on that one.
No, and his fan is definitely making love with the core support.
Yeah. Oh, that back end's killing him.
Yep. Oh, 400 is just giving it. If they had a junk award where you just did everything you could to get down in the car, he has got it. Not that these girls haven't either.
Here we go. What's he doing?
See how big of a hit he can put on.
He's
Hopefully she's
going for
paying
it.
attention.
Oh,
there we
big
go.
hit. And the front of that car is up so high, it just wants to jump it. Now Roxy's going to come in and.
Keep going.
Oh, yeah. That one, I don't care who you are or what style of car, I guarantee you Hunter Wolf's going to feel that in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a sudden jolt.
Yeah, that's another reason I got out of driving. I hate it the next morning.
Oh, yeah. Feel it all through your neck.
Neck, back,
Yep.
arm, because they hang on the steering wheel.
I can't tell if Hunter Wolf is burning his tires or if the transmission's burning up over there. Yeah, I think it's Roxy and Abigail.
I think that's Roxy
Yep.
smoking.
Yeah, it is Roxy. She's got one tire that's just burning off. And I think Roxy's got the last hit, so unless Abigail can fire it up and get moving.
Yeah, I don't think this one's going to move. I think he packed in that back end too hard on his axle.
Right. So now we're going to have to get together with everyone and figure out who we choose this Youth Driver Award for Dunbar, Pennsylvania for the final countdown to drive out there.
Right.
Because realistically, there is so many. I mean, I think Roxy 100% earned it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what happened over there. My choice is going to be Roxy.
Braxton Anderson in third place, car number 6.
Yeah, I think it's down to Roxy, Hunter, Abigail.
In second place.
And that's just it. I mean, unfortunately, in this instance, the winner was going to be the most likely choice. And where Roxy didn't win it due to driving around and not hitting, Roxy won it from being consistent, persistent, and keeping that car moving.
Taking good shots.
Yes.
And she got Mad Dog.
Yes. And that's just it. You know, if they were to give it to Hunter Wolf, I wouldn't bark at that or Abigail.
Right.
But I think in a situation like this, you know, Gladiators still says it best. There's no participation trophies. Abigail's the youth driver. She won. She got Mad Dog. I don't know that it would go to anybody else.
Right.
I think it's awesome how many females are actually out here driving.
Yes, there is so many.
Especially in the youth, because in the heavier cars, you don't see that anymore. Not very often. There's only a handful out there, at least in Utah.
100%. Gummy's out there talking to people. I hope that I don't overstep my bounds here.
It smells like oil.
Yes, burnt motors. Motors are trash.
I wonder if I punched a hole in her oil pan or something on that last hit.
Very well
smoking
could
on
have.
the exhaust.
She jumped up there really good.
Wonder if that's why it's smoking so bad. It's hitting that exhaust underneath.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that Roxy did a great job.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But I think if I was to give Mad Dog, it would probably go to Hunter Wolf. You know, because he laid the biggest hits, the hardest hits, the longest.
He was scrapping that car.
And I'm not saying, and this is taking nothing away from Roxy. She did amazing.
Right.
But, you know, she was stuck in a position over there when Hunter was making a lot of big shots. She was still on that 2-minute clock. And when she came out, she did great also.
Right.
So, Johnny, we need to get
So, yeah, it's catch-22, you know.
Yeah, and even Mad Dog, that Coulter Davis in that 333, we watched him how many times line up on this end of the arena and go back and not care. Not give a, if that was the last hit he made, he didn't care.
Right.
You know, and then he come up here and he tried to do it. So that's what makes it so hard about Mad Dog.
Exactly. So yeah, that's you know, one of the things that to determine my Mad Dog, unless it is plain and simple a Mad Dog winner, you know, how do you judge it? So something that we kind of do in Rawlins is I let my emergency responders.
Right then, it's out of your hands.
Yeah,
100%.
That's a good idea.
You know, it's like, you know, I need you guys to help me out with this. Who stands out the most for you?
Right. And that's something out here, like when I first come out here, and I'm not saying nothing bad because we all, like my brother's one of the biggest ones. It's like, look at me with big motors, big headers. You know, a Mad Dog to me is the guy that's letting it eat. If he's got 185 horsepower, he's using 186 on every hit, you know, or he's doing something that just completely draws the crowd in, that makes you, you know, the center of attention. And I don't know, I think it was State Fair. Don Harder from Wyoming was up here. And I like Don. Don's a great guy. He showed up 74 to 76 Impala, 185 horsepower, 4-row straight ups. Not really in gear, but every time he made a hit, I don't know if it might even have been here, I don't remember. But it was everything it had. Right. And I, you know, when we come time to choose Mad Dog, I was like, this is a hard one because Don hit everything wide open. Right. And it didn't matter, and he ended up getting Mad Dog. So it just makes it rough to make those decisions.
Well, like with our program, what I tell all the students is when we're going to a derby, do not save this car.
Yeah.
There's no reason to save it. It's your project. Go wreck it.
Yep, have fun.
Just
put on a
yeah.
show.
I'm like, you guys are out here. You got to remember, you're coming out here as an entertainer. When you hit this arena, you're out here as an entertainer. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to get some money out of it, but
yes,
the end goal you're entertaining the crowd, because if you're not, we're not going to have this crowd here. We can't do this.
Yes, and for your situation, that's exactly what you need to be teaching those guys. Now, if they leave you and they move on and they go out into the world after they've graduated high school and they become adults, they want to drive for money, then great.
Yeah.
But
there's not going to be the money there if you don't have the crowd.
While they're doing that, they need to make a conscious decision that they want the underclassmen behind them for 20 years to have self-sustained program like you're trying to do with everything in you to move on. Well, it looks like I got to kick some of you guys out of here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, well, yeah, August 5th, Broadtown.
I know. But do you both want to come up? Yeah, you guys both can come up. Thanks, Lonnie, man. It's been great. So we're going to have Roxy and her mom come up here and discuss with them kind of what happened over there. And I don't know, but I'm pretty sure if they leave it up to me, I know where it's going. They better not leave it up to me, or I'll just give it to her right now.
Would you give me some nachos?
Oh, those are Gumby's nachos. You're more than welcome to them. They're probably really cold.
All right, Bryce. Did you pick a good winner? Somebody deserving?
Well, he could have came up here and stood by you. He could have came up here and stood by you. All right, let's go ahead and put it on. Go on now. Would you like something to drink? You just drove. You want a water, a Gatorade?
No, I'm okay.
You don't want anything?
Yeah, I just had a drink.
What about you? You were out there. I could see you over there being mama bear.
No, you couldn't. What are you talking about?
100%. And your dad was there and your brother. So, starters, that was probably a blast for you, right?
Yeah, it was fun. I got a little beat up, but it was a lot of fun.
And what happened over the corner? Your head bounced off a pillar or?
Well, no. So I don't know, my shoulder was hurting really bad and like my ribs. And my gas pedal broke, so I had to use my wire that connects to my gas pedal the whole time. So I was trying to figure out how to reverse and pull the steering wheel.
So that makes sense. So, and then mom's watching, and they're worried about probably collarbone, shoulder, all that. So it was a big deal.
Dave said that her head just dropped, and so that's whenever he went out there.
Okay.
While the Derby was still going.
And that's, Lonnie Pacheco was up here, and we were discussing that same thing with him. If a family member sees something wrong with their child, we can stop it.
Absolutely,
and
yeah, it's scary.
And you as a mom, you know that you have that right. And do you really get that worried when your husband builds the cars, obviously? You know that they're safe. How worried are you to let her go out there like this, honestly?
Not that worried until she starts getting hammered pretty hard. Then I get worried.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
but is it worried or is it angry? Is it like,
It's
touch her
both.
again, touch her again?
It's a little of both, for sure.
It's kind of feel very targeted.
Right. Well, and you're going to be because, unfortunately,
Yeah. No, it's fine. Like it's Derby, it's whatever. But yeah, definitely whenever you see your kid getting hit over and over, you get a little protective for
you
sure.
You can't expect to go out there and hit and not get hit.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's definitely, it's the name of the game for sure. But yeah,
And my car was smoking really bad, so I
Right.
broke my flag. I didn't know because I thought that they were still going, so I broke my flag, so then they couldn't hit me anymore. But I had no idea that I won.
So, at any point did you? So obviously you didn't know you won, but at any point did you know? When did you know that you had at least second in the bag?
I thought I was gonna get third, but I just knew from when they were getting stuck up on little things. But my car was still fine, but I just had to figure out how to maneuver it. It just wasn't going very fast.
Right, but you could have quit over there, and you chose not to. That's the determination, and that's the motivation.
No, whenever we were over there, she was like, "Am I done?" And she started crying because she thought that she was done. And she
Right.
was like, "No." And Dave's all, "You could use the wire for your throttle." And she was like, "Okay." She was so pissed whenever she thought she was going to be done. So yeah, no, she's not a quitter. Definitely not.
So I gotta ask.
No way.
There's so many cars that come from Wyoming, and it seems like there's a lot of Wyoming on Wyoming crime.
There is.
There is a lot of.
Just a little bit. Just a tad.
I mean, you take it so well, and you give it out, and the way that you're focused, and you know where you're going. I mean, it's just going to get better from here. And I'm waiting for Gummy to come over here to try to figure some stuff out. I don't know. I'm not going to say that you got it or anything because I can't say it. I don't have the authority. If I did, I would give it to you right now. But what are the chances that mom and dad would be interested in taking
the nationals?
Yeah, Mom, you said I had to win to
and
go
taking,
there.
and taking you out? It's in Dunbar,
Well, yeah, you have
Pennsylvania.
to.
Smith Metal Works and Casey Smith and Frankie Guy with Hardcore Derby Promotions. They're doing that. I know that it is October 7th.
So could someone build her a car and then we fly out there? Wouldn't that be rad? Be like, can you just build us a car and then we'll pay you and we'll come out there and she can drive it?
And I don't know what the rules on that are. Like don't take this the wrong way because I think we're all equal. You drive awesome. But like the boys are going to want to build their own car and they're going to want that whole experience. Like with you in October, that's right after school starts. What grade are you going to be in this year?
11th.
So you'll be a junior this year. You probably got some stuff going on. And I don't know how that works. You'd have to get a hold of Frankie Guy. And I don't even know, I mean, if it was my choice, but he keeps jacking his jaws over there. Is that something that you guys, that you would be interested in?
I think it would be fun at least to go and watch for sure.
No.
I don't know if she would. That's a lot. That's a long way away.
It is. It's for you guys.
That's
how far?
so far.
How far are you away from? Where are you guys at in Rock Springs?
A youth heat.
Okay.
Got $500 towards if they went, and then the actual
So it's the final countdown in Dunbar, Pennsylvania. I am actually, now that Gumby's here, I'm going to let you sit in my chair because I think Gumby will fall through. But if you guys would transition over and then he could tell you more about it.
Okay.
But yes, by all means, I'll talk to you, Dad. I'll do whatever. Let's, get out there and represent and,
absolutely.
Take a pink car and go. This chair's not that great. I'm going to let you sit down. Don't sit in that one. It's not that great.
Here.
But you guys she can take this and then you can kind of tell them more about it.
We can trade chairs.
I didn't have the authority to do it. So here you go, guys.
All right, here. Time to open up the big prize here.
Oh, it's official.
Yeah, let's try that. Let's see if it's a little bit better. ROXY.
Yeah.
Look at my finger.
Oh, you got a little paper cut.
Paper?
You were shaking.
I still am.
You were shaking.
All right, everybody, we have our winner. Winner, as they say, chicken dinner. So now you have the opportunity. You have qualified for the National Championship Youth Car Extravaganza Derby in Pennsylvania.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's so cool.
So that is a pretty awesome thing to be able to say. So we can get you more information if you decide you want to tow a car all the way to Pennsylvania. That's great. We'll give you $500 towards gas to help out. If you want to fly out to just go watch and have your name read and talked about, we'll pay you $500 towards airfare, whatever you want to do. But it is a really cool. We're going to have between the 6 or 7 shows out here in the West, we're going to have 6 or 7 people that have the ability to go to, and it is, let me give you the date, is, it's like in October. We'll get you the date. But what a cool opportunity.
Yeah, that would be fun. Even just to go to it would be cool.
Just to be able to say you qualified. I mean, this wasn't an easy win tonight.
No.
Oh, very.
I'm
hurting already. I can't even imagine what tomorrow's going to feel like.
Hey, but it feels so much better when you win.
Yeah, it does. Second derby that I've won.
Yeah, it is.
Number 2.
Where was the first? Was the first one here?
Mania.
No,
it was
West Jordan.
West Jordan.
It was my very first derby.
And you won it. But you've been up in the top 3 a couple
Madness.
times, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, definitely. She's her and her cousin Brody have made it pretty far a couple of times.
We've made it, or no, that was only once. I got first and then he got second.
Yeah, I thought you guys made it, but yeah.
Well, that
Yeah, she's made it. She's got Mad Dog a couple of times.
it is pretty awesome. It is pretty darn cool. There for a while, it wasn't looking like the chances were good, but you never give up. I mean, you and the car that took third or second, the young lady in the blue Ford.
Oh, 04? Was it 04?
Yeah, maybe 04. She wasn't running good. She just kept fighting and fighting and fighting, and look what happens. You get up there in the money, and so
Yeah.
you got down there and had was it the wind knocked out of you?
Oh, yeah.
That was a pretty good gut punch you took.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Yeah, I was like, oh, ow, that hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5, I think.
It was a little scary.
Yeah.
There's a difference between getting hit in the trunk and getting hit in the side.
Oh,
it's a lot different feel.
It's like an hour.
Because you twist, you do a lot of twisting, and that's probably what's making you sore. So.
Oh, you should see her neck right
oh,
here.
she showed me.
It's all, it's like raw.
Already.
Do you have? Are you wearing a seatbelt? Okay, and that's why.
Yeah, the 5-point. Yeah, for
and
sure.
so, you get twisted and rub and push, and that's what happens. Because those are pretty.
Yeah, they're tight. It's a tight fit for sure.
So.
So.
Well, again, congratulations, and please take this. If you have any questions, let us know. We'll be there to help you out, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you a few more times this year.
Yep. Yes, you will.
Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Thank you.
All right, main event is on, and this should be fun to watch. All right, everybody. The last of the night. With some very good drivers out there. Both Lazenby's are out there.
Me and Gubby switched seats on you.
Hi, Will. How are you?
Larry ended up breaking a transmission. They said he wasn't coming back. Couldn't get it done in time.
I tell you, between heats 1 and heat now, you can tell the cars are a little tired.
Yeah. I think if they do not pay attention to 469 and 76, the Dos Amigos, they might be the ones that take this home. I think Reed's going to have to take home what he can for his stuff and go from there.
Doug Emery's already losing the tranny.
Burning the transmission up. I heard already there were 6 or 7 transmissions broke. Yep. And that's what we talked about a lot in the tech line. A lot of me and the guys. The amount of people that have these motors and transmissions just full pressed backwards is crazy.
We allow enough stuff. It's like we probably ought to reevaluate. Say what's good, what's bad.
Right. And I think the drivers are going to have to really pay attention to how far back they're putting their stuff.
Boy, those shackles on that 62.
Yeah, they are. They're ugly, and the front is ugly, and it's so far down. If Jeremy can utilize what he has and start taking out front suspension, but I just don't know how great he's running. Looks like Doug Emery's transmission finally decided it was done.
It's surprising 76 cut the back of that car off.
Yes.
I thought it was looking really good.
Yeah, it's amazing that what some of these guys do to get them out of the danger zone,
I thought that thing was packing good.
Yes. Donnie Case is out there. We know a lot of these cars are injured, and all they can do is push them down because they're plated out.
Oh, yeah.
Like Reed's car, I know that it's full plated out. Donnie Case's Ford was really, really puckered up. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works out. Oh, big hit there. Big hit. We got a bumper off. And I think the bumper's been on for a while. They must have just noticed it. It's that Gallegos' bumper.
So what do you think of that youth heat? It was pretty good.
The youth heat was pretty awesome. How it all played out, you know, Roxy getting teed off on over there in the corner and then making sure that they were okay. That showed a lot of, like Lonnie sat here and asked, could the parents stop it if they seen something wrong? Well, yes, that's exactly what happened.
We treat a youth class a little bit different than we do an adult class.
Yes, and they have more time than anywhere, and that's the whole deal. I hope everybody at home watching, and they thought it was amazing, understand that with the youth heat, that's what it is. It's a youth heat. The competition is there, but it's also we're trying to get these kids, you know, hooked, built up, motivated. And it seems like with Jesse Williams here and Zeb Hansen, we have a pretty good little battle there. Rowdy has got figured out what he's got going on. And
he's probably trying to outlast because he doesn't have his dad.
Right.
Everybody else has got two of them, or most of them do.
And that's like Reed, he's doing the same thing. He's just trying to survive.
Trying to see if they can get long enough to get into the money a little bit, help some get some gas flow.
I still think that I'm spot on with Brian Golan and Gallegos here.
Other than Gillian was in one of the last heats, he got hot and died.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a lot of time to really cool
He's hot
down.
right now, but it seems to be going good for him.
So
Jesse Williams, I don't know if it still seems like the brake's stuck on, like almost like the rubber snubber is pushing down on his pinion brake. Seems like it's just a struggle to get that car moving. Johnny Case is driving really smart.
Jared Lazenby, I think he says he sees Gillian as a problem.
Zeb Hansen got Donnie Case teed off on, and he's just going to work him over. But his partner, Jesse Williams, came in and helped him out.
You know, Zeb's getting to be a good little driver.
Yes, very good little driver. You know, he had some really bad luck last year. He had transmission luck, horrible luck.
In that car.
In that car, yes. Now, I did see Cody with Devil Dog. Everybody was down on, Zeb was pretty down on him about how the transmission was trapped. Well, I seen Zeb's pump. I don't know what got into the pump. The torque converter was too far back. It chewed the pump to pieces. So I don't know if that was a Zeb problem or what, but. And then he got the other ones fixed. Now it's just, out here it's just survive. Jesse Williams is doing a good job of paying attention to.
He's playing smart. He's just keeping his hits going.
Keeping that thing moving.
The only thing I don't like is just passing your doors to the inside of the arena.
Gillen is out there and he's being very smart about what he's got going on. He knows that his motor's hot, so he's got to keep things motivated. Reed is literally just keeping his car moving. Hopefully he's making the hits he's supposed to make. I'm not watching the action. Oh, big hit by Lasby, right? Good hit. I don't know how much of that was door and how much wasn't, but
he got his attention.
Yes. You know, and Rowdy is out there driving a smart game. The front of his car is looking great. You know, Burns have come out and they've had bad luck repeatedly as far as in the limited weld side and whatnot. So they're really, Rowdy's really doing great. Zeb is still on the go.
And the front end of his car is not hurt.
Yes, no, it's good. It's finally starting to do that suicide pucker at the firewall.
Yeah.
And Gilliland is giving it that transmission everything it's got and then some.
That Lazenby got that front corner of that caddy pretty good.
A lot of smart driving going on. Lazenby's car, I can't make out, I think it's Jake. It's just horrible in the back.
Yeah, she's wadding up.
She's starting to do the Mopar whale tail. Oh, this might not be good here. Oh, big hit. Gilliam is just working that transmission. It is awesome. Gilliam just literally telling him, bring it. Come on, bring it. Give me what you got. I want everything.
Isn't this what it's about?
Yes, and that, you know, I guarantee you he's having the time of his life out there. Jared's cars, you know, it's dying a lot, but it's firing right back up. And it looks like we got a chess match on the other end of who's going to do what and when. Big hit. Oh, my goodness. Folks at home, this is a great show. They are all tied in now, and well, I think that Jess Williams has no more reverse, so he's trying to motion to them forward. They're just shaking so hard and digging. They're caught up a little bit. Oh, big hit. Oh, big hit.
Who got that? Was that Jeb?
That was Zeb. Rowdy was pushing and Zeb got him. I don't know how much damage it might have done. It killed the motor for sure. Might have popped the transmission. I see no movement out of Gilliland's rear tires.
He got fired.
Oh, it's going. He's going. Gilliland's popping and banging, but he's still moving. Jaden Lazenby is going. I don't know if Jared can get it started. He's got to run it, but I don't know if he has any transmission left. You know, hats off to Reed coming out here as a one-man band and driving a car that's been up and down 3 or 4 times and driving smart. We were a little worried.
Gilliam's going to get out. That's awesome.
Well, Jared's still pushing it. It's going to be pretty hard. Oh, here comes Jaden. Big hit. I noticed Broadhead was waving him off, but I don't understand why. You know, hats off to Rowdy and Reed. They're both driving very smart games. Both came out here with their dads.
You know, for some coming in with no teammates left, that's
driving really smart. Donnie's driving a smart race, just staying out of the way, not getting in the mix.
Donnie Case is still doing good.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Donnie came out of nowhere. They're trying to get Gilliam to break his stick.
Oh,
he's done now. Looks like Reed's pinion brake's on fire. Reed likes to run the brakes a little bit.
You better be careful because there's a 2-fire rule. If it catches on again, they'll pull it.
Well, now it's a big argument over there. This is where they just need to make the decision.
Which argument?
Gilliam's over there saying that he's. There we go. Now Gilliam's out, so that would be Team Dos Amigos is out. We are down to.
Why would Gilliam be out?
He didn't make a hit over here for over a minute.
Oh, is that what?
Yeah. So we got Zeb Hansen's team, Steinbeck Inc.
I don't think once you're out there, you don't know how fast a minute and a half
yeah,
goes.
no, it's so
Can you hand
fast.
me my glasses so I can see what's going
Yes,
on?
sir. Lazen, I mean, there's still a lot of teams in. There's Lazenby, Steinbeck, Zeb Hansen, and Williams.
You know, Burns is looking really good.
I think Reed has any reverse, or he can't find reverse, or. We'll see if Rowdy's going to help him out here. Oh, yes, Rowdy helps him. Let's see what he does.
Not the smartest.
It's nice to see two young kids working together, though.
Yeah, it is.
Transmission appears to be out. Reed's car. Or he's stuck. Can't quite tell.
Well, I can't see what he's telling
The rear end has got something going on. It is. I don't know for sure. Oh, the rear end's just shaking. And I can't see anything. I'm trying to look out there. We have Rowdy Burns and Donnie Case left moving. Looks like Rowdy may take this one.
He might know something you guys don't.
Yeah, which it is what it is.
It's cool to see Donnie Case all the way up from California.
Yeah, first time he's been back.
And he's drove a great race.
Yes.
The one thing is that Ford will be able to probably outsteer the Lincoln if.
This is definitely a demolition derby chess match. These guys battle out. See who's going to be the winner, chicken dinner, Mania. The bragging rights for an entire year.
Donnie has a lot of experience. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes.
Gotta make a hit.
That was in the front. I would call that a hit. I don't know how they're going to call it. We'll see.
The Lincoln's got to get distance.
Yeah. So far, Rowdy has the last hit, but he just gave it back there. I think Rowdy's having issues starting. I'm not sure, but.
This is going to turn into a long, drawn-out fight unless there's some distance.
Yes.
And you can make just a monster shot.
If Rowdy can keep him contained, he's got the last hit. So now if Rowdy will just get down here and get away, yes, smartest thing Rowdy's done.
He's got distance.
Yep. Rowdy knows he's got the last hit, so all he's got to do is stay away.
Mutual dual hit there.
Yeah. Okay, now Rowdy needs to just put her in drive and go. Not backwards.
Donnie will put you in. Dude.
Mutual. Oh. There, get out of there, Rowdy. Get out of there. There you go.
Dual hit.
Mutual hits. Now Donnie's gonna have to be careful because that's gonna take the steering out.
Nose is definitely going up on Donnie's.
There you go. Good job, Rowdy. That's Rowdy's hit there.
Yep.
That's still not a hit, right?
That's not, I don't know, it depends on how you call it. I don't think that's a hit. That maybe's getting close.
There's a
That's
hit.
definitely a
Now
hit.
he's got a hit.
Rowdy Joe. Dual hit.
I think Donnie might have died.
You don't want to get over there against the wall, though.
I think Donnie is calling it good. He's about to. That's it. Donnie broke. Rowdy Burns is your May Mania Team Show winner.
How about
Congratulations,
that?
Rowdy. Come out here by himself, solo. That was awesome. Very good show.
Donnie had to. It'd be interesting to see what he broke.
Yes,
Because
unofficially.
it was something that was quick.
Unofficially, it's Rowdy Burns, Donnie Case, Zeb Hansen, Larry Steinbeck, or Reed Steinbeck. I don't know for sure exactly how it went, but I think that's unofficial.
Third place.
Here we go.
This is the Nebraska boys, Jared and Jaden, X3 and 23. Second place, Jesse Williams and the birthday boy, Donnie Case. And your winner chicken dinner from Rock Springs, Wyoming, Dave and Rowdy Burns, the Burns boys.
Fourth is still $1,500 for the boys. That's good. But if we're done here, Gumby, I'm going to go out there and chit-chat.
Go chit-chat.
All right, thanks.
All right,
Thanks,
everybody,
everyone.
thank you for joining us
Yes.
on Full Contact Derby TV.
Thank you very much.
We will be back on here, July Cash Carnage, and maybe a few more. We'll see what's going on. But again, thanks everybody for joining us.
Yes.
Hopefully you had a good time. It was a great show.
Thank you very much.
Day of reckoning at the Utah State Fair, September 16th, and then Halloween Havoc